Oh yeah, so pass some then yeah for to some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, by my soul. So pass some then yeah for to somewhere. I'm going to for radio. Till me, by my soul. You make it require to be inside. By my soul, hey yes super. I'm going. You make it require to know it inside. Super, I'm Kawomoy. Achibobo Kao, Fire Chief Kao, Prince Bombardier Kao, and Jana Casa Papa Smiley. Achibobo Kao, Fire Chief Kao, Prince Bombardier Kao, and Jana Casa Papa Smiley. Papa Smiley, Bebo Yumpa, Bamaso, Bebo Yumpa, Mwenya Jipa, Bamaso, Obeko Wasempa. Tupa, Bamaso, Bemu wa dream party a pop rapper. I went to for radio. Till me, Obebo Nyumbai, Obema Wediaji, Obeko Senpai, Obetu Fubai, Bamaso, 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 yeah, Obebo Nyumbai, Obema Wediaji, Obeko Senpai, Obetu Fubai. So pass some then yeah for to some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, by my soul. So pass some then yeah for to some more. I'm going to for radio. Till me, by my soul. You make it require to be inside. By my soul, hey yes super. I'm Kawo. You make it require to know it inside. Bama sweet, hey yes super. I'm Kawo. Achibobo Kao, Fire Chief Kao, Prince Bombardier Kao,
Yo, what's up, people? This is Reggie and Bowley, and you're listening to Aqua24 Radio. You don't know. Keep it loud.
Wednesday, 11th of August 2021, approximately 9 minutes gone past 1500 hours British Summer Time, and that will be 9 minutes gone past 1400 hours GMT. We're here live on Aqua24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, Aqua24 Radio GH, as well as on all our social media handles: Facebook, Aqua24 Radio /TV, YouTube, Aqua24 TV, Twitter, they call it Periscope at Aqua24 Radio, and on Twitch, Aqua24 Radio, with another edition of Bamaso. This is where discerning Ghanaians, of course, like you, with discerning thoughts, we come just to figure out what we need to do in our own corners, be it medium, small, huge, in order to have that very beautiful Ghana that we so much want to have. So from this very moment onwards, it's all about guiding ourselves to that very way of life that will lead us to the very beautiful Ghana that we so much want to have. So if you are joining us for the first time, whatever the reason may be reminded here, it's all about we working on ourselves frantically in order to be able to be the vehicles of change, to be the catalyst of change, to be that object of change that we need to forge our nation forward. As simple as that. So to this effect, I would humbly welcome you once again to Bamaso. And Chiaka said, "Dear Mudo, dear more people, and come out, maybe I will be a ne Wukwada. August there toso Dubai Queen or do a video to Aqua24 Radio, Abrabopa Radio, and Aqua24 Radio GH. Say Facebook unsuna wa and then say Aqua24 Radio /TV, or YouTube Aqua24 TV, or Twitter and so at Aqua24 Radio and at Twitch, and so Aqua24 Radio. And then we quada a questions and answers version of Bamaso. So I say you will say questions baby. They are panu ye enti memo akwaba e de abadwumadie so na said the dwumadie ne tie bia no the fundamentals ne de ye ntontwene esanse ha ye be hwe kwan ye betumi afa na ya bo obra na e wo se ye bo no my Ghana efa ne ntuma pa efra ade ba ko amahu e wo ye mu bebre e ho ene se empanyufo kan asem bi o mo se hwe obi asaso nemfa nya de be nemfa nsa ona se hwe obi epa se de osi eto ne pa nemfa nya de be ento pa na ne tintin ne tietie nyina ene se ye mududu na no se ohwe se de ye boye ye bra no ewo o my Ghana mu a se na no ne ka se o ba na koye se bubu na bu we bu obi na we bu obi na so obi nya adwuma ewo aban adwuma mu kra na oye adwuma na adwuna ewo ntrim nyina ne se wo pe minsi bi na onye sika kakraka bi ewo ho na odi akọ oben enuanom bibiri na busebuse omo a omso na omo wosoro honom no mpanyimfo no hedi a omu di sika yi obi kura mo examples o man penny credit me for aeroplane 15,000 pounds per hour na me de kitiwa ya me di na o be ka ho asem masa jade o ye no kura na ya na ɛha adwene nokore sɛ so was cite examples bi to say kyerɛ yes you can't dispute such examples but adeɛ baako a also hu ɛne sɛ unhwɛ obi asa so na mfa nyɛ deɛ bɛyɛ umfa ansa sɛ wokɔ party na ahwɛ obi sɛdeɛ obi sa na woyɛ wadwene sɛ wobɛsɛ bia in fact you won't say watom koraa you mess yourself up na ɛnyɛ easy saa sɛ people will be able to keep to their way of thinking or keep to their own make their own decisions irrespective of say will be ye bibi and I say will be nye bibi enye easy obiara ne level a way there be wadu but nka ne papa mu a nka wo obi asa so na way there be unso wasa nti enokre se bia obetima cite several examples as to how certain things are not going very well up there but hey unkwana about you right we all came individually nti say obi esa mezo a eno nkyerɛ sɛ wo nso sa mezo ebi ana wo adoa na wo sa no ɛbɛboa wo pa sen sɛ wo kwa akɔsa mezo ni bi obi sa akaida ebi ana wo akaida okosa anhwɛ a wo na kora bɛpa ama wate ahwe ama wapra na emom ebi ana shanku ana bi a wo sa ɛbɛboa manhwɛ obi asa na nyɛ deɛ bɛ na mfansa nti me say pomodia sɛ at all cost wa obesa wasa sɛ mpanyimfo no empo sɛ de na no na me ne taxi driver ne ka no sɛ empo odi emfa no in an extreme situation mpanyimfo no sɛ bi nyansa ne de obia wo bi na emom ebi de ada tie ni yo nyansa no obia ewo bi de nti a meka sɛ nyansa no obia ewo bi ene sɛ baabi a yenyina ye free baaye no we all emerged let's put it this way, every wave of the ocean emerged from the ocean. Now every wave of the ocean emerges with the saltiness and the wateriness of the ocean. But believe you me, and yet every wave, and I say every wave will be and the name say over all the attributes of the ocean. Yes, and it is all done saka wave neba short na so done saka ha utimu say oh enchini wom odon so kaka epokese no so hwe a utimu say oh yes enchini eye de be ewom enti ye nyina nyansa no ye de be yewo bi na emom enye de ye nyina na nyansa no asore anase eye adwuma da bi ebi de adeda ebi de ada ebi de ada obia obi na emom obia ebi de ayedebe adeda ebi de asore kakra ebi de so de no in fact esore kakra na atofom obia obi esanse baby nyina free buy no we all emerge from the same source na emom akase wo de na ase me de no bibi be kenya no na asore enti yɛmfa ne sɛ yɛmpanyimfo no nyansa no ada so mu nyansa no ada ɛno nkyerɛ sɛ de meka no wo bɛhwɛ so mu nyansa ada no na wo so wahwɛ han na wo so wo de na akoda dabi have a mind of your own enti abrante no wɔde ne car na bobɔ amranim basa mobobom sa ne sɛ anya bia yɛmfa ne sɛ mpanyimfo no nyansa na ada ada enti akwan ya wo sɛ nkagya wo hwɛ na wo hwɛ yɛmayɛ no wo nyɛyɛ asa mpampansuo yi a me no teka yi me yɛ sure sɛ nyɛ mpanyimfo ne kurasti anim enti sɛ de tie bia no Say o the car no bam nanum gen no anya abotra say nyam panyimfo na ye yo. Ha na branch and sha see bo break. Ha na who say my goal is been achieved. My goal and say I will put you in the position of wanting to change. I'm not here to change you. I will put you in the position of wanting to change. That is all my goal. Enti abrantie emra me busa na sa question na ana me hu se kai ni nyansa na na bi ada no enyane nti ho na oti break so ha na oti break so kama afi me enjoy ride no kama pa enti me say enhwe obi asaso na mfansa enhwe obi asaso na mfansa so hwe obi asaso na de sa oha bi wo mu a wa na obe de be obeha ho enti mesrew eni die eni ahobrase kwan so ya ba die ye be ye ho aduro ye be ye ho aduro pa obia ebibu akonta obia everyone ebibu akonta if you think we simply came here just to eat, pee, poo, and sleep, and that is the end. You have to think twice again. Think it twice. So even 3 times. 3 times. Na who say for everything in the universe coming into force to make it possible for you to be here now. You are not here to play it small. You are not here to joke. You are not here to eat, drink, pee, poo, and sleep and go away. There. You give account. As to how you give your account, at least to phone say Judgment Day. There be Judgment Day. But we will still give account, whatever the case may be. And see, so said the doctors as a danger all the way in Roehampton and Atena. And an anketia basin stoke. And as I read Woodstock. Dr. Ebenezer Mufabuatin or one champon. A jack was watching. And at the 4 Kenya Etienne, dear, nature say, Papa Smiley and there. Which now going to follow their name when I'm then check and say, they would do you and my war. So, na kakra. Ye hwe kwan e betumi afa o man afa ne ntumapa efra na no na me ne capito ye bonkomo e wa kire ho na so ahwe Nkrumah East na Nkrumah East no ade ba ko a omuta enim ye pa o when na UP for na de o kai ofatwum wo say UP for wo mo oya can the simple woman attempt on Nkrumah life be brain no abon be okay all right I'm tired pa I'm taka na capito de ba ku bi breme na ibusa capito say capito minim sa story we say nim ya tap me tate pa say wo mo tata Nkrumah no mo ye ni say no mo ye ni say. Now, in the midst of all these things that were happening to Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was able to find a way to outwit the very ones who were at him. Yes, he was able to find a way to outwit them. And he even won elections while he was in prison and what have you. A dear Anna current Nkrumah is the Omo who is Omo ye to outwit the very ones who may be at them as well. Aye. Nkrumah de wa baby amanfo chesi no. At some point in time he was able to outwit all these people. Nkrumah is the Omo who is Omo who is what are they doing to also go around the situation? Just as Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he was able to go around the very ones who were at him at some point in time. Capito say ohia be 15 minutes na saa asɛm we ɔne abɔ ho nkɔmmɔ paa enti ansa koraa na mɛma deputy Akwaba no ma mentie Capito kakra na Capito wi a yama deputy officially Akwaba Akwaba
Open me Josepa.
na impom ɛte sɛ
Oh, Yamia to you, papa.
good
You, papa.
good ɛneɛ ama atiefoɔ ahu deɛ nti a ɛnɛ mama wadi deputy speaker anim right
Yes, sir.
enti straight away no sɛdeɛ mebɔɔ atiefoɔ amanneɛ no ma yɛhu current Nkrumah ist sɛdeɛ at some point in time ɔsage for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at from all the bullets, all the ammunition that were being thrown at him, he was able to outwit woman no tata no at some point in time no. At the end as I Nkrumah is time more sisia no. Musuan free or sage for strategy na must motim the outwit the very ones who are after you.
Oh, Papa Smart Medasi, make here in your number. Also, what do we for to station would say? Let me cheer Kwame Nkrumah and Kwada now. In fact, Ghana for now. Because I saw Nkrumah can tell you, Betty. Nkrumah, Effa the whole Ghanaian so. Nkrumah, the two papa no Archer. If you are 70, if you go with the 40 years. And I say I call 50, he hasn't got a clue about Kwame Nkrumah. One thing with Yaku school Kakrano. We know about the world history.
Capito, let's put ourselves in perspective. We are not here to listen anything about Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. What we want to know and say, what is the current Nkrumah ist also doing to outwit the very ones who may be after them, just as Kwame Nkrumah was able to outwit. So don't tell us about how Nkrumah outwitted the very ones who were after him. What is the current breed of Nkrumah ist doing in their ways to outwit the very ones after them? That is all.
Okay, the straight answer is that the current Nkrumah ist you per se Nkrumah Kwame Nkrumah or introduce to Ghana. You per se so. Instead me lecture. That's why I introduced in the who Nkrumah was. Kwame Nkrumah is the finest and the best ever leader in Ghana. Obia knew what Krasebi or back closer to his achievements and the way of ruling nation or governing. No one comes close to him. In fact, I cannot compare anybody to him. Not Buzia, not Kufuor, not Rollins, not Tamils, not Mahama. No, of course, not Nana Akufo-Addo. Obia don't come closer to me because the man was totally different from all of them. They want a plan, no? We got his plan. The plan they say implement. So precisely the answer is that all the CPP no. Kwame Nkrumah Nkwada no ya pese yes original the 2024 yes ya competition ni bi ni ye dikunyum amede gidi so say ye baka bom na ya competition which is the general election. They are sure that this time so ya babado Nkrumahism will come back, so we continue the work. Nkrumah Shasa Buzia and I say MP before
all right. You see, as to a year said Nkrumah no you're different, we are all different in our own unique ways. Now it's a question, no, I don't know, Sebia was my deputy and was Abana will be changing more because maybe I see whatever the case may be, he had a strategy as to how he was able to even win elections. Wow, said no prison, me boy.
Oh, the prison, no, really, no, okay. The government general who will be an apple,
yes.
Now you have won the election.
And then who yet, so who ye did say? So,
Actually, 1972, they actually.
I check.
Yeah, mathematical calculations. 1972 1972 up to 2021. Yeah, but for 9, about 49 years.
That's right. That's right. And
Mhm.
he said, yeah. Of all the things that was being hauled at him, he was able to overcome, and then I can be saying, and say, oh, strategy we say, yeah, we, you perceive you we, said the bear, so we will be able to triumph. But I think say the over to me, I can't say not exceptional being into no munyina mo ka bom na ma Kenya the plan for Ghana. No me boa.
Nine.
Okay.
Ya training man na won no. Ya treso.
Okay. All right then. Abito.
Nti wo awonyu na wo bɔ no kura kira e man yi se be ye o. E penifo nya ye ne so about you. So the same thing. The words in that in na wo bɔ is here. Penifo ye no ne so ye ba about you. So that's all. Nkrumah is the children of Nkrumah, the great grandchildren and all that. Ye about twaso. Because more musi no who am disappointed? Why let you Ghana down? Papa.
I see. Kabito, who support two team by?
Originally, two teams. So Cape Coast mysterious dwarfs and the secondary 11 wives. And now we can UK.
You can have support two team by.
On West Bromwich Albion.
And then what? And any West Brom.
West Bromwich, yes, West Brom. West Bromwich Albion. Yeah, that's right.
Some of them money Premier League damn boy.
Yeah, NG Premier League there, but in early times, we were in top. We were at the top when even Man U was down. In the 70s, in the 1970s, we were we in Wolverhampton Wanderers, and Bolton Wanderers, and I were top. So, Man U now Arsenal, Manchester City, no remember Chelsea, no remember when we were there before the Premiership was formed. Before the Premiership was formed, first there was super. Then Bridge had done.
And he said, you can't the spirit of West Brom. What comes into mind?
We had Cyril Regis and one of the first black players they aroused the interest of blacks in the Midlands and even in the nation. Those days, na blacks cry and Bob Premiership or English Football League, na blacks and Bob. Who bought could do bananas on you, toilet roll and all that. We went through a hell of a lot until now. Until the Midlands, we supported. Of course, we lived with them. They played. We lived with them. We had no choice. That was our local football team, and of course, in Wolverhampton as well. If you in that area, no blacks need go up and support and Aston Villa, and even Coventry. And even now Leicester City. So Midlands teams, that's how we got to this in my family. Yeah.
And current West Brom. I always see an spirit of old West Brom. Somehow do you think is present in them?
Yes, interesting question. I mean, we have got 92 football clubs in England, yes, in England. Or a family affiliation. Sorry. We are Roman Catholic. Yeah, we are Roman Catholic. But the same, but sanity. Ebusia England come ha. Ebusia bia won a football club. How can I say war hairdresser no? Ebusia bia wo kroma won a football club. Until now, we be quite Scotland. And so the team, your West Brom Albion, and I said the team your Wolverhampton Wanderers or more Boba to fit Scotland, especially FA Cup. They travel. That's one. But finance is the best. One of the best things you can talk about. Except Abrafo. If you are to Europe, they say ni team call FA Cup. Oh, off plane ba oba Wembley Boshe. That's the spirit they got. So much. The Abrafo woman devotion to particular football clubs, if you like. Woman Sakura, if you're any great grandfather Nadine, woman you Arsenal for whether we drop one up or down, they don't care. See West Brom, and film I call back to Division 1 or old Division 1 championship. You must support one more about studio.
Okay.
But it's that way, who worry on this Ujai. Marry forever and ever. It's out. You join the team forever.
And no, said support no one side of the spirit of West Brom, right?
Yes.
But there are other sides, which includes how the players, previous players, no mutimi ku omo ho e ball no, right?
Yes.
On say Oshe Kumasi Asante Kotoka and they talk about some of the previous players. Said they don't see a ball no Emma team na. Some people may say and they know and yes and the tribune, right? Support no honum. But oba on the field of play no so Oshe said they're not previously players no a ball na would you say that commitment na that who CCA?
Yes, but that's what say who club na when say Asante Kotoko. Asante Kotoko, me and my friends, me and no Nadia won't walk Kotoko. Nothing will change them. Nothing will change their mind. As I took Kotoko for woman said woman UK US, Canada. My God, you can't put them down. Whatever it is no Asante Kotoko. And yes, the same. Cape Coast draft the same. In second 11 was Hazaka, so great Olympics. Yeah, never fair. The serious ones, make ordinary one who jump from club to club. That be Antissa. Yes, I think it's a woman Ghana, be a Chelsea, woman Tiasuka, woman at Chelsea, Manchester United, woman Tiasuka, they are my youth. Yeah, yesterday. Because we call Ghana, weekends, almost match a woman, but UK, British Premiership. And I said, Bundesliga and all that, European, because 7. The teams now are going to say, you had your woman from Bar, you regard one way and Shakra. What so? Because you do your Asante Kotoko, team is your power, House of Folk, Olympics, who miss you up over there, still powerful, even though none of them has got a sports stadium. Funny enough, how kind of funny, this is how funny we are.
Okay.
Kotoko is sports stadium. What you say?
Yeah.
House of Folk, women sports. The first in the beach side, one bubble. They don't have sports stadium.
Okay. All right.
You come here, Ubia was supposed to go down to say, yeah, it's not just a football park. Conference rooms, Nyama Akasi, so many people are employed by all the football clubs.
Okay, all right. Abito, I think say, now, standing on this analysis, right?
Yes, sir.
If we are to invoke any spirit of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, for the current breed of Nkrumah, what spirit do you think we can invoke in order to help you guys, triumph? To say the Osaji for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, it's me calling.
I'll use one word: the spirit of development, improvement, changes, making things better than we came to meet, than our colonial masters left to us. National development. That's the biggest one. And that was the plan Nkrumah had. He was still working with it until he was removed from power. That's our plan, no? We do have the plan. We have the plan. Ono na ye say Yakupon anya adom yes, in your position. If I'm because it's a massive plan. It's a massive plan. Papa no, he was not he was not a lawyer, he was not a teacher, he was not an accountant, but he was a real, a truest politician, political science student. Sebi Ogusian with US and send all the Ghana to implement it. That is why he started working successfully.
Okay. All right. Fabito, memwa homeso na yama deputy Akwaba. Yaku anim no, mesa aba also. Why? Mesa aba also. Thank you. Thank you. Any deputy you to ho ne yanko. Fire, 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 and the deputy, and the deputy, and the deputy. Obana, Vigate.
Oh, good. And where?
Me too good, pa. Me too good. Na, deputy. On say ya na yetiti say. Say o akwantu na ko bi adwuma ewo Ghana. When you will be able to answer you, we don't have a good tea, right? And now, I brandy be as someone or catch them. I will say, Nifi, the guest room, and pa is see honum, and then you may goose war. On one in your time on panel cotton, right? We hear several stories here and there say. Ukwe bibi wo fie na wanya obi ama na hweso a na eja onsa esi form na abrante bi say wahwehwe mu a no wahu bibi onsa na no na ebusa say eno no sa series ni anhya da ntoa so what good can we learn from each tribe ya shase wo inuanom asante force, right? Na abrante ne say wahwe form a no wahu say se wo bia dwuma anasa wo bibi a opese wo de hye wo binsa wo akwantum na apese wo de hye wo binsa e wo Ghana momodia fama yenuanom ayi before wo mo be hweso kama e de amawo na nya bia fire wo experience ni bia na wo do bibi agya ibeni bia wa hweso kama because wo kire say sankrofo no level of integrity no e high pa wo similar experience bia na
Baba, me da se mami cham secretioson. Menim se ninkofo tie no, oboard manso. Papa, eba ko en mami cha me dofo pa ai gbeni oloyon. Papa, me cha oloyon, ami cha dofo patisha mfantini ba. Mama cha nkese no nko mama michi. Ono nso. Oya santini ba. Papa,
who dey any etie?
It's not Aigbe ana Nzimeni ana Santini ana Mfantini. Nipa no kan asase me kache so mani ni go so. Ekrum ha me ba ha me hu ndwuma bebre agu. Adwuma nipa eni kriti. Adwuma nipa na eye. Nti se uyi wa adwuma na wa uyi adwuma wenye ni papa mfama no a ebesei na se sa na ni pa ko no kan dia and dem sero Aigbeni abetran Ghana so Ghana is a company. If you want to be technical minded, it's because it's been managed. It's an institution, whatever you want to call it. 19 years ago, she said, it's not about Aigbe. Oh, watching. Oh, see.
Nah, Chama, you be there, saying, yet, are you boo, Anna?
Eh?
Chama, where are you be? Yeah, can you buy such Chama, you be in Yabu, Anna?
You have a point, but I just saw it.
Okay, all right.
Point, point, but
said you also the now can in solid and as I'm there in your solid. Didn't me find you?
Is that it? Point interrogate me no. Indeed, but me I say time I be any but I be Obu Opa 100 it's not be no in papa. Obu half And so, oh, my man can't say me. I shouldn't have said it because I am penny football for years. So I said it. Even when you so much, and I'll come to assembly of the can, of which you know I totally disagree with you. Papa smiled. Me near penny. The bar or tosso, me, or your bar. Get it, Uko, lawyer, you have been, you know. You're only 6 months. And then I'm as I say, when you're fully a person, maybe because you'll be 9 months. The video school started to as you are when you second that. So I don't do colleague. It's not about what Papa Smims a hand, not the. It's not about what Papa at the Sachi Bubu do now what would there be. And it's unfortunate that I could find wait and I said, Namamoncoso. But we have seen short people they have been performing. And yet, and it one of the expensive items in humankind, Messi, Mr. What is that?
Debbie, Unrachi.
Indeed, Baba, when it comes to management or managing something, it's not about English, nor Germans, or Chinese, Papa, but a nipanso and a man nipa in Papa. A nipa and a man nipa in Papa. And the same my team. Yankopon, one America, as beauty as we see today, Dubai. No, a nipa na yenisa. Now let me go away maybe into touching back on say.
Oh, send you on say okay, no. On say interrogative bisa say on what grounds the man cast asem because say me bo hon me pa hon to makakra because no che say o me yankrofo bi a o mu di nokre, right?
Oh, Papa's married.
Example.
Papa's married. So go be a papa man, or buy your crew. No a constable. You find a attack. Was a mechanic, Mrs. A minion Cosibuachi, Onimino. Or obey a sergeant, or two be to a bank, robber or a thief. Or more bonabasso by is better. Or you took the power, or no more dear sa. I'm a samba. Your whole mama, you enjoy them, you know. Papa man answers, and I say, we are pushing here, we were humans who want things to be before they are assassin at that one. Yet, by baby Bunza. Papa wasn't it was the guy of Sebi, won't mean can tell me say, will be any answer, open for me answer. Oh, gold, oh, oil,
you see what you say, oh, come as some name kind of me. Okay, only of course, meet you.
Open for the answer. Now, oil will be unto was in the amount 10% out of 100. Now, dear, Nyansa, intangible. You have to only demonstrate for people to know. And this I know I'm there by a Nyansa, intangible element or quality. We can only see it through demonstration. That is a service, no? So you can only see it through demonstration. Inti me ba na say, Atisha, me nyana be yen say. How can I do it unless it's been demonstrated? I say, hey, Papa, Mr. Kitiosen, fire. I can't do it upon. Oh, is able to testify, say, me do it upon say, Achi. Nachi was so or the dad so tom. Now fire. My God, this. I can't do it upon. Why is he able to see that through the demonstration? Sana nyansante. Inti, you will be all nyansa. You will be only nyansa. I like your spiritual explanation, but in reality, you will go for more nyansa. We can see the wisdom through the demonstration. What you do. You do on swan. Who to say only nyansa will Jimmy through the demonstration. Inti book me na kan say so bi ni bia mama ni nsu onkosia once maka ha kan ntenye obi na onyansa anu de obi a obi banyansa na wo gold obi beje we say mama 10% na betu gold no onyansa wo he utinsuo ho o kransuo fi Malaysia aba okuro onyansa wo he masa nti onse bedika anya na wa kanti o amamfo sinanse me no nya disagreement o mani nye but woka na menu agree a you say deputy Mbeba masemwe enya na nko a maka over the years on this platform ama bombadi me na mhye ne kutupa okodi ne yere aduane o Ghana because say o ware oba to Ghana 5 to 10 years u ne yere wabatena brotri sem tekitiosen there be afu train enam snow mu na o car esi garage o takrade a uni car nti se ka se amanfo me emoti wo ha uye bi unye bi nti se what party as say misters mo metna ha there be tna wonya mister because for 5 to 10 years you can't demonstrate that this my wife one now you we do anidi pono na boa ema wa ya se egegewo na enwumre am no ka say fire my ass be fine and I just say oh yere
on say
mami me
okay we can say the first that we can
oil gold whatever you don't take those things to your benefit. They are not resources marketing resources inti enye nipa dase ni bia na wonyansa sabi nkan ma hu nyansa asen oba ade nkofo bebre abo mu ndi papa wode ayi no ma atapa awani o akwai ye kuba ba efo mu kwacha wasi de no ene de nkan na no fa sibi na he this awani unzo edro abe transmenti unzo drobio what do you say inti
okay all right what were you honana
inti ni amebeza micho ni say what how yenzimeni what how uni say asafa do oba kachiro nzema fo a omuwo mu krase in a certain day in a certain place no untumi ni obiska ba mi say no so yes I dey no a moment of a fit locality on and to be into the environment that will create will let you have a good people that can manage business because it's about you creating that environment for that right person. So if it's a way where I'm any or draw in your tra and cobra by say a drawing chili. Nti ono so one bad sense man for enya ba Kumasi one bad say Asante for nti it's not about a tribe or a given group of people. It's about you choosing the right person, creating that environment for him. Nti o say ma to eboba ko akum no mami no
okay all right
me no nya dwen da biara da say obi ani nyansa ba kwa mane we adwen mu se ebinim wo nyansa na o nyansa na da na ebinim ni bi kra papa de 100% no kra wana ya de ko invest
okay
ya ndam ko
all right you see the na make say nyina ene say right bibia na ewoye mu no right ewoye mu na we have to activate it right may sure say obi abusa question bi along the way utim hu say nipa na draw attention to something that you might have overlooked na me nchase ene me nchichi mu ana me de manyina ene say yenam wiase you know ye nyina no ye wo some very wonderful things, beautiful things within us, but they need to be activated. I was say sani wa woni mobile phone na sefui so I was say activating ye ma bia ewo yemu one of them no any saa nyansa ya meka ho asɛm yi no na obi wɔ hɔ no mu a obi hu obi de obi hu obi demonstration said ye wo kan ɔhwɛ na Kenya no na activate ne de no why de be na wahye ase EU so ne de ɛne ye wo de po no ɛyɛ mfato ho obi wɔ hɔ no mu a
Papa, because I'm connected.
Enye wana kan e. Ise wana kan e.
Baby I did sa contest na me share.
Send you some me the other example no fa contest for ana.
Me say, mama can na once be obi na obi ka so fire.
Ade
me say wo yere, mama can bio. Who yere 5 to 10 years who no yere no Ghana e bi o that who ni yere
okay all right
one how you we duani di na nye pono nso a anka wa ya sa ya mobo
okay who you soup no but me so me di pono no fa be
pono ni su ye
obi wo ho no mo a so hu o hwepo no no the catalyst e the idea person o de ye be or the idea was say or de so obia ne ade a obe use na akokenya de woni mu into action e ho na me free ba entino say wo ka say na o bobo mpanyimfo bi ni say we omunim nyansa omu nyansa no me hunu say de be adate say de na no na me ka kire no enwunya ne na kwa me ye de be
and enwunya ne no
ai
na Ghana fo ni enwunya ne
no obia ne de ye di nyane ne nyansa obia ene de ye di nyane ne virtue a ewoni mu and that is where I'm coming from now on the issue of say we say akwantuo ya o ka sa asem no pa na minim say enya bia say waware oyire wo Ghana say bombadi waware legally kama wabetena akwantuo mu by 10 years
I speak of smartness me the time
wabetena abrochire by 10 years
I don't just set up just say yeah one day set one factory 100 years no I give you time me say 5 to 10 years
5 to 10 years na enya bia after 5 to 10 years no legally no krata da so say wo yire no ya na enya adwuma bi wa na
ewu a universal law
okay.
5 to 5 from 5 years or baby or aware na one into no the law see it as no wife upper men kanjero
okay
Mr. Just know this a Ghana law a universal law because one no person ban bodwo man and I want in pa bonini o person help no ban dey okwe bonini aka so odipo warranty after 5 years no afa no adi. This is universal law, in Ghana law, in British universal, and it's also universal be a common sense.
Okay.
Accept work of fact.
Salary. Your friend is a boy and kakra. Your friend law say.
Oh, siabtema memra.
Okay.
It come under what you call separation.
Okay.
What separate the woman for 5 years. Okay. Call marriage. How be home. There are 5 things on a big naso.
But a separation and divorce.
Now, so then I can say it come under divorce, no? Under divorce, no? That section, no? You're trying to separation, and on my court, no? So just you have separated from the woman above 5 years, and therefore you can be recognized as a wife. And I'm saying common sense. Say we ja oba to say Patricia analoloyo to Ghana for 5 years. Catch as many ni no. As your many ni. So kwa be who to Kurana.
Mo nyinyi no
mama onyinyi no onya into for 5 years and see if ukobe huntu kurena. So nature even will tell you that something has gone wrong. But poverty over the years, people get married, leave the woman there over 5 years and continue to say man is scanning says no, and we know what go under the bridge and you the papa also sa ade bia on say even assassin pono chiefs that are very smart okoji assassin near 5 years. It depends the locality. Even some places today 2 years uni assassin bill. I hope you know that in Ghana.
Yes.
In Pakistan 3 years. Oh, you can't let assassin pay a court lease we are demand bono. Once you rent for years, 100 years, 80 years. This is a natural tenor, a daho. Bet me kutu kurenim. I like a Yanko Pasum young count, a prophet. Was it Bema by sound? Young Guano 61. What did 61? Why Musudia? So do a better for 5 years. Usman will be a man in Sanka. Unso could deep. Nedriane. Prophecy in 61. We are number 4. In the Enumpo Danche. And there are certain things we don't need to go and read. Your common sense will tell you, Sadia me, and your papa. But, Obi is a bombarded median as acceptable. We near 1 year walk up, 2 years walk up, Bonibianim. I'm so the 2 fellow. Never smell the same you. Will compete a year we see. We so uncommon 5 years, now, but also it can't perform as it's performing today.
Very slow. Very slow.
A room for yes, slow to be impo. Now, what the camera a phone cancer. Say, phone can be our mom is good too.
I was telling you about things that we need that needs to be activated on the phone.
Activate them, that's it. I want to be coming 45 ampa. Things that need to be activated. And you be an old phone, be a move. Phone move any camera. Me will not carry the Kogana, any camera. And one sound cancer because at that home it may be beer, with the core forest, with the Kobe beer minya network.
And you be behind the tea, and Timina was off.
And Timina was off. What I say? I don't know. Me quite make me to that point. Also, me cook around me because by me to be from Mount Fontaine, me quite. I don't know me use Obiazo any me. Now I say, oh, my phone, I'm at all. I say, I forgot about the issue. What I say. And then you can say activity camera no.
On say what I mean to tell you when I say so all the phone to hono mo oh say phone bia no phone bia di lemu right enti say yan fa ne say me the Samsung ato hono mo ontimi fa de ne me de be e metoto Samsung na bia en fa de ne metoto ho but ade e wo sa Samsung ni mu no right that came from the original settings, from the factory. So open so use what it needs to be what activated, right? That is the point that I'm bringing in.
Okay. But sign up here so online is here. Ubon so my WhatsApp sign at all. About to be here
any channel for na yema o.
Dabi no can 10. Also my request I go for because of corporate demands. Some for say a last for battery near 80. But also my bad so promotion. The WhatsApp in at all. And so any activity but let's even use the ordinary ones na dey call am to mama. No what's happening? What's happening? And to me social the point I want to establish here and say, and your phone now and WhatsApp in their default or camera. What you say?
That's right.
And then depending on the answer. Over activating the day. Obu or what would you answer? Now Oxford and Paba. Still, your man is a poor door. No who said about Oxford no. Said and near Kurabano, Fufuno, near the Suafum, not a billion tato. It's a put you in a trino. No, couldn't crew. What be president do? No, I yet a Ghana one year Tiffany Tauto. Then the power from Sab and near Goom. When answer way. You tell me that person have or answer. What answer? What answer? Oh, indeed, what activity? Opa man go do Freemason. My father call also man call ye philosophy and yet dead. Nansan Bono. At the same phone Nokia now. Battery no a check. Over to me and they send it whatever. But in the video camera
okay, all right.
Yeah, WhatsApp home.
Yati.
It is Ubetima. One just simple and
whatever. I won't answer Ubetima and I won't answer Miss Metuasi. But my who baby are free banner, right? Maybe point and then say, as long as you say, I dare no, a wolf phone, no sudden dear. you need to activate it. Who the ebi ni so. Who the ebi ni so ntina enfa to the ebi will be there so. And yeah, I'm talking about the things that are already on the phone. That is what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about things that are not there and you are going to put it there. No. I'm talking about things that are already on the phone. Ain't you know, Nokia there no. Nokia there okay no. Untimi and near my Nokia so untimi fa meto to be other phone so there so. There be and then they untimi fa there.
Mr. Your mom come kakra.
Oh, your mom come.
Your mom come kakra. First time madam or the special buy now hospital now
I'm
the akola no koto a omo doctor bi obey examination o say ya hwe na so do you remember ya hwe na fini test what is also ya check nyansa
David man dey omo de ni bia omo be check say ni tiri no bibia ye okay a omo na mention intino actually no be activity
omo check even in hospital you have to demonstrate it
say on say
it is obi and demonstrate but all him living things to say camempo they have senses or the hu ade or the tihwan what do you say banyansa de we can only see it in a display into be a display only be that's the point though. And the secretary Mr. Kutios make a was that's what here all be over here Mr. Kutios warrior was on here as some make a wuti or the now so neti but me really see no kesa I should be able to know Kutios onimiansa dia what demonstrate
I want them me no ya adwen
maybe am money di boom am say papa we nim yansa only be because the demonstration that expecting ama inti other say e nim am yansa every mama bensi who be uni be ada on say bibia trinity who be uni be ada e bi nim de e wo ho say na o kan no we need to activate it e bi ni bi kura inti no kese bia ni omo je na dan na bible no say omo nko ntete aho no mo nko sunya na kwan no mo nsu nyansa okay no ni be de kese oba de ba no ko asie
yo ya fa no nsi ho no mo na ye de nyansa ka asemi papa bi wo say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Nti on say the nyansa akasa na de capito ento hwenso kan asem kakra. Nti onyansani wo say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Fire. Oje hu say. Hey, deputy. You too where? Na kabiansa na mako uncle body ne capito eso anyway the deputy mse bibi esini kwan ti memra capito so na menko uncle body so capito
open mo hapa
or say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket, a wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Odwen who say
you said the wise man, no, he finds an opportunity in every situation. Bibiam faso won. Tiniko to kun atitia. Sira we find another use for the torn pocket.
Okay.
Engineer open the no council pepe. Is thinking far and to use that opportunity to do whatever you're talking about now, to scratch himself if you like.
Okay, all right.
So outside, no, didn't say she could compare. That's what he's going to do, and obey relieved.
Okay, yenye transposition of this. Ewo yema Ghana mu na yemfa nka asem kakra. Ohwe ne yema ekoso yema Ghana mu a ekwan be so na obetime use sa yansani asemi. Ede atoto ho am yetimi akoyenim.
Painful account to Mamma Mishaka. Also, Yansafo na Odin Chifua or Bombium. It is only a wise person who can detect a bone in an egg.
Okay.
Ordinary people cannot. Yansafo no Odin Chifua or Bombium. But am I making sense?
Me tell you all kind of me too.
So we know situation there are opportunities. And see, Nipa objin a kind of power. The opportunities are always there. It's only those who are fools who they wouldn't find it. It's just like Bob Marley said, it's only a foolish person who just assumes also to come to him. He stands in a river. Which is soon or see, it be so when him so what me didn't tell woman be. So when him and that was a wise thing for that man to have said at that time because he was too young to have had that philosophical way of thinking. Because he no didn't suma or since come to him. Or person back out and he be sent Sufi outside the brain who's all one soon. So, in all situations, the opportunities it's up to us to find it and make use of it or use it. Yes, not all of us have that acumen or knowledge or know-how.
Said you know, in all the things happening in our country, Ghana, no, what are the opportunities in there?
Thank you very much. A good question. The young men and women in Accra or in Ghana, when we catch a Ghana government say, on to see money, fix the country. Woman say, and Yansafu in painful a papa woman in our own government. We Yansan you woman trim. Make a Yansan attempt to do fancy American. I did papa be in with him. Post near a mom free. They don't think. Because when himself can cry, they got the brain, they got the know-how. But we stress our cockam, Minister B. Crabber may see the phone. We stress our cockam, President B. Because we see phone. I'm telling you the truth. Party is 77. President Nebusi Nibika on your cabinet minister crowd or power abandon. To put my sign a pay in film. Until pay for Biasro. And so fix the country is the best thing for every leader, not just for MPP. Every leader, every government, minima. So we minima and Kaubaye. I walk one cut some Joe's winter. Who was so die? So Kofi Kinata or Kasembi said, what done were done cry, business dance wood and nature. But that's us.
Aye.
Who fear no well done cry, we a show. So I've got the biggest house in Ghana. No matter what, somebody too has got his small building behind you. You young one, what then would be a sim. Kofi Kinata, that's what he's saying. We sit down, cry, BCCP. Or a small cry, doesn't matter. What done were done, Kurara, if you need this wood energy. You cannot build in the whole Ghana. The whole Takra, one to me sit down, or son of boy, yes, sir. It's a young man, so as some okay, brains, good brains, a womb. So we learn from all these things. Like you're in a position of governance. Listen to the food. Nyansafu, the wisest man in the land. Who said, Papa Smalley? He's not able to be truthful. Who can advise the wisest person in the world? I know the person, and the person is the foolish man in the village. Okwasia, owo kurase wonu. Onu, nobody me two on Nyansafu no effort because. Nyansafono, or somebody who is wise, he will argue with his fellow man or woman who is also wise. Wise people, two wise people disagree. But if one wise person and one foolish person, it works. Nyansafono usiawo free kwasiano did the woman in Popo Crown Shibino, or the veranda, or they have got the brains. The Osha Gana Kuna and owner, but down for me. Make a fancy American, but I'm for somebody who says is mad. Yes, so if you engage them in conversation or discussion, you say, one more dream, Papa. I was going to got some philosophy, but Chirima Kennedy. Wajina ama wabadam, what I say? Maybe Abraham Maslow or one of them. Wajin papa, but a social scientist, wabadam. You see the brain of papa to wabadam, so I didn't want it to as small the your books or lecture universities and all that. So,
enti Kabito, openia somehow can say the fool will complain about the torn pockets, no. And yes. The wise will use it to scratch his balls, no. And which I say there are opportunities within every problem, right?
Yes, in every situation.
In every situation, okay.
All situations.
All situations. Anna, would they call Ghana? No, say, and no, face the country. No, now the example. Sana can.
You know, Omukasa face the country and go so in painful woman tea. So, fix yourself. Excuse me,
Mebo. And to say no, said the old kind of quite say. This is a different from the papa can you because. Oh no, said the idea city be and were used to scratching the balls. And to Okasa woman fix it, and I just open so cheap papa and say, well, what's in the pocket? No, so I know can see how.
David.
Okay,
if you country for by whatever it is, no, the big men, the men in power, in authority, look down upon them as fools. And Tissa, yes, for instance, Asante, one of the greatest kings in Ghana, no. In Kofa, almost when I was young, one Jimmy, a Juan over here. That's all he knows, Sub, yet, in may be an infant from you see for my net to fool him, album, you tuno, not for the Onyahini, yeah, they even banish him or her from the that township or the village. You do know what so no I am mobile. Unkofona yes sure apakan mun fantasy apakan so woman Jimmy eduma na woman ye na respect ne dem out. Na wo ye bibia on toward a na penfo tnase say madafo wo ye ohini biyawa sifoma bonwa dey by because sure assume woman ye basabasa say wo dwane and that's why they banish him or her from the village when it comes to that level. That's why there's a military coup d'etat you do what you should cry at you. You two come and say they want him even dead or alive. It's a chin big general. Of course, a two sister, we are all right. You two party, you two. Maybe a fine squad where we see all these examples. So it's a big statement. There's so much. In fact, I can write 5,000 words about that.
Okay, all right.
You know what I'm talking about. You will do that as well. I know you.
Yo, Kabito, you better do us. Right, you better do us now. Yamu who miss na mintie. Of a body. And Sunday,
Mopacho, see any time, more program before 7:30 to 8 p.m. Dinner, what I show to say, Bibiania, then I'll jump in before that.
Beautiful, no problem. Mate, Kabito, you that's it. Yama of a body, aquaba. Of a body, aquabo.
Yo.
Na impum.
Na me adon boko.
Good. What's it? The foolish. The foolish no. The oya say every now we are no complaining about the torn pocket, but the wise man will use it to scratch his balls. Oh, you know what say?
The foolish will complain, and I quit.
A foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls.
The Obi opening boss no just can you tree no just boss footballer and not tennis ball.
Sure.
You are so economic with the true work of this opening.
The view me said the actual no hana me can yam na me the boss ne share.
Just a penny new fear crowd. When you open Casana work a play what is not teaching. Now I can quick a car. It's as a boss yeah but the tennis ball and football. I'm sorry. Opening you are welcome. Thank you.
No.
Young call alpha body. What do you ask me out open can
and I can tree.
And a capital, so now so back can you?
Okay, if I was not of it, and I'm a boy.
Let me can't send in a tree, can't send in a tree.
Not of it.
Debbie, can't send in a tree.
Who to watch it so? Who to go there? Let's say, who will for us and Tasha. When against a footy or the Sabbath my church, and I'm hoping that position. That's all.
Okay, I feel it. What of a wedding? Why change the wind also crossway? Why?
Yo, Papa. Eh, asomo. Enti no.
What you say? I said, no, no, ya adwena na ne nya adwen.
For baby no. Me ne ya adwen kakra. Because na for baby so no.
Ne nya adwen. Okay. Me who both sides ni nyina. Why?
Se kura na me nkyere mu. Se kura na me mfa hade. Ekofa ha so na kofa politics.
And yes, any ultimate the foul, send you here supporting evidence, me boy. It's no, baby, I'll share over to me at their support to a seminar, and I say over to me at their refute to a seminar, papa, ye kind of. Nina, age now, so until maybe I'll be a family uncle.
Me funny. Say. Asumwe ankasa na chire mu no ayemede. Ne sentence na ayemede. Me hu ba bia me fast start. Say ye na adwumifui always. Oh. Ye so ye nsemu anase fa ye normal. Fa say bibifo kura emfa bibifo nye example. Enoma eba ye ho ebe musu mai na abeye boni amai saa de na brofo no fa ye nua kokofu ya na saa brofo no efa omodi nya so fa so
Obi say of abodi atofom of abodi atofom of aba ye of abodi o
amabo
okay yenkwe what
yenko interpret enti saa mum na ase nipa no opese wo kire ekosi won say ye wo no ma bi ti say ye group yi ye fa democracy akwa musu amaye wo ye side but sa democracy ya obi afa sa democracy de develop ne man aka konanim. But yes, I say any moon, Diana, and I say, Mekan say, what do you mean, funny, sir? None just say, it, my dear, what him, in an item. It's ye far not quay Muswamai. And some woman me who I dare not say, I dear a yard panel, or Quasia far. Now, saying pay focus, your man who mountain or their children the con. But on your sani fast idea now. Now, Ben fast to dear baby, ama. Onyansani no papa ntiem se saa mum na memeti ase kakra
sana ohunu okay yo obabodi ye better was also akabia fine nemum se ye bonkomo earlier on kakra fine kakra obeka efa ho no se wo bi ka wo ho a kan ansa na
efa doctor Nkrumah de no ho na
ai
who say ubisa omo question bi say Nkrumah at the prison fa so enwene aba na omo no akirefo edie na ompese omo ye fa ho ehu hia pa o ye kan say o ye di Nkrumah chi ye Nkrumah is na tebia ba o ye traditionalist ye way but ye no man bebre no ye hunu kwan a ye nananom ahemfo na se na nanom akonfo no tetefo no fa so a etimima oba ahema ya santoamo omokon na kunim ne ayimu ba mu no ye nhunu saade no but wo nhunu saade no so de a wo bayira sana mi hunu wo nhunu saade na bayira Nkrumah da prison but of akwan bebre so etimi ben wene aba enti ye na nka omo a ye frɛ ho ana so mfro mo se nkroma ise ne ya na menua kwabra taaka no ene ya na mene ne ya adwen pa eka no se edien ye omo ntrase no mo se edien kwan pa na nkroma fa so a otimi je power wo hu eti se ofa saa kwan no so a mo hunu saa kwan na mo betimi aba power na na do mo trase ehunu se o ye manyokoi a ye frɛ no UPA eta ne na ba MPP ekwan sei na nkrofo yi omo fa so dan omo ho omo tim betu nkruma aban guye eye nkruma unpopular eti sa na tie dia ye nso ye fa sa strategy eti edurumre bi na Lawrence na wo so efo jeto ekwan bebre so media omo brokoi ese ema nipa nyina hu se o efo jeto kra no onye nipa otiase but woye mame wataba bi okọ nsuom koye we ni sakulati satam no kra de na social media mai eye strategy ni bi no yempeti nipa no black no modi ka pentu oh na amawa beye unpopular oh any government rankasa so yempeti ni black now ma starting crime ade ba chi bi na funu da ho enipa no so kra obi amfiri ba bi ma ema me kire se mimi funu ni ana we funu ni ida se omone mochiremafo na ye plan na efunu no so nye be ma funu ma eti no kwan be ne yemfa so nya ade no strategy omo kwase akohu se ye papa no ye nananom plan se du ba bi ombeto bomb na anye yi enti sa na tedi omo ne CIA fo koye plan na omo wie na omo ye nkroma se dictatorship ni yempenti nkroma wie ne ekohu soja fo nti kwan we ni afa so na omo strategy nti before nkroma is no betimi abana one say omuhunu kwan ya nkroma fa so na oda prison na opie ana se ofra brochire bae na otimi baji nipa ni nyina di na chi kwan be no fa so but na nkroma is no emu atete wegina ha sa na nkroma fa ya oje power ebi entesa dia yenko back na yenkonko hunu kwan ya fa so o se sa MPP asema meken na do mo strategies be mo de wene power no egum bebre o mo fa we disi o mo fa we so why face the country nkrofo ya o mo ko face the country no nya kwabran ka say eye pa asenka aban no kura be mo makọ de obeka se mo face mo gina so mo aye enti at the end of the day no ye were 3 years we him say next time anka ube compose o mo kura na mba out ka say mo kwan na mo pe na ya kwan na mo media nka se memma musuo by oman by mo so mpekwan mo so mpewe na ya ma wonti no am say ya fix country na egu so fix se ne kwabana kan but omo hwe na omo koye sa de na no amanfo de bebo mo chi se no mo promise ne nya kwan na mo ka asem beye mo promise mo mfa masem bo sisan constitution na mo promise no mo ba no mo promise se beye we eti se wo pese obebie nkrofo ni se constitution kura ha adwene as gracia na se 2 minute we mu a ekwan ya be fa so a still ye be hodu power ekwan ya be fa so invisible forces be ka national security on be ka sojam on be ka we no ene face the country na se tata wo ekwan be ne be fa so tata wo na o ma trase intelligence ye tochi wo mu e wa bonten a be ehu because first ye the court tata wo se ye mo nko ama ade na ye aginsam enti sesi ano ye pekwan bi enti enkrofo no strategy o mafa say si enkrofo na kwa bonten no o mbehwe mu nsam kam nantiem enuma bi ambaye si ana ya peke o mu peke so a se ne be se aban no na eye na aban no abaye hu se o ene ye wo tata enkrofo freedom of speech aban ne kagu na ne no yenyi yemu elements ni bi enkrofo ni bi na o mu nko out say bia let my vote count for group I titi first no na sankrofo no mo ko attack omo attack citizen to citizen attack ye mum say bi omo government im debate omo say omo ye independent another concerned group esi a wo hwe ba bia osu bempa mo de ne fa ehu na omo de hye nkrofo nim twe beduru ba bi no na aye say ye omo ntikura ntimi nko biem na omo keka motibom yɛfa wei nso asɛm a ne yɛde akɔbɔ wei ne yɛka wei ne wei nso ti abom ne yɛka leaders ne ti abom ne yɛde bi nso taataa bi wɔ ɔnom asɛm ne yɛafa ne yɛde akɔgyina court yɛkɔ no so yɛ nipa na ɛwɔ hɔ na watwew ne wɔmmia wo kakra yɛamfa ntom koraa na yɛngyeli koraa no a yɛmmia wo bɔ hu pɛ afei na ho popo na nɔɔma no kɔ enti saa nɔɔma no mohwɛ hu ne sɛ Kwame Nkrumah kwan bɛn area bɛn na ɔfa so a ɔtumi bɛnya nkurɔfoɔ bom ɔde nkurɔfoɔ no koraa na ɔmo nya educated but ɔtry ɔka saa nkurɔfoɔ no bom hu sɛ nkurɔfoɔ wei ɔglance wɔ down enti yɛkeka ɔmo nyinaa mom Papa Kwasi Ndum ɔba a ɔbɛ contest yɛ na ɔwɔ nipa kakra nti yɛmfa na Papa Kwasi Ndum tum even though Adumakrodo mu ne yi mu ɔmo wɔ NDC mu na efiri baeɛ enti yɛntra fa Adumakrodo bɛwura yɛ mu yɛbɛwura mu yɛbɛnya ɔno ne part of ne nkurɔfoɔ deɛ no yɛnkɔ ha yɛnkɔfa ebi a wei a yɛhu sɛ ɔno koraa yɛ NPP foɔ na apprenti saa nipa no na ɔno nso yɛtwe no ba yɛ ho a te sɛ evi nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo asaka ɔmo afɔko ɔmo ne yɛrɛkumburo bɛ mu ɔmo agye din yɛmpɛ saa nkurɔfoɔ no bi na yɛnconvince ɔmo ne yɛmfa ɔmo nyinaa mfa mo one formidable party nka CPP ho ayarega mo ne PNC mo nkurɔfoɔ yi yɛntra yɛmfa nɔɔma toto ɔmo tim yɛtwe ɔmo nyinaa wie a na nam ka kyerɛ sɛ CPP abɛyɛ strong party eti sɛ ɔmo ho saa strategy no na sɛ ɔmo ka sɛ yɛde CPP sɛ na mini akwabra ka sɛ ɔno wɔnim MPP foɔ yɛ ɔmo yɛ nkurɔfoɔ ɔmo abɔ awura mu ɔmo asɛ party no koraa andi susu abɔ awura fa ɔmo nso asɛ no koraa Kwasi Pride kɔku baako saa nkurɔfoɔ mmienu nyinaa ɔmo kasa yɛ adeɛ but hwɛ NDC ate baako MPP ate baako eti saa nkurɔfoɔ wei mu wohwɛ saa data ma na kwabra da ako na nkurɔfoɔ wei kasa na CPP ɔmo to abɔ ɔmo nya kakra na ɔmo gyina ɔmo nan so but nkurɔfoɔ wei saa mmoatia ne sasabɔnsam mmienu no aka abom akyɛ ɔmo mu askata ɔmo sɛ woyɛ sɛ wɔhyehyɛ a na ɔmo de problem bɛbisi mu woyɛ sɛ nti ɛsɛ gye sɛ mo trase ɛfa Kwame Nkrumah ne story ne na yi na ideology ne kwan a ɔfa so hyehyɛ ebi a kwan a ɔfa so bɛbɛbu man ne deɛ mbɛtumi atɔn saa message no but kwan a ɔfa so hyehyɛ akɔyɛ akyerɛ abosom te ne ho a ɔba yɛ gidigidi ɔnam Kwame Nkrumah so wei bɔ ɔnam Kwame Nkrumah mo nyina mo timi ka bɔ mu a na mo wene parliamentary seat no bɛyɛ 20 mo support bɛyɛ 20 na even though presidential mo nya 10% a Ghana politics mo asesa no the next time amoko no mbetuma komonim ente saa de ne yɛ ka sɛ the CPP Kwame Nkrumah obi aba me ne Kwame Nkrumah me polish ne mpaboa we dia me bolo free me nua kwabra ho we so say na me yesei we si na me yesei a ebedin ente no papa dem say makaka
as always your creativity is always at work. Thank you very much. Offer body na me ma mediama adoko enso emra mediama kodie
Papa Olibete
good na miso Olibete why miso Olibete say ma me ne abusuafo nyina so ho ye de
jama o hu say amu arade nti o pese o kana ene hom konkron na de me ye adwuma why asa
hom konkron na de me ye adwuma ana hom konkron timi fa me ye adwuma
amna me ye hom konkron de be secretary
edema ze dia on person me pian akwa amna mu kra o na ja o ya na we yo ya shase no question am busa capito ene say say ya na dan de nyina Nkrumah is no o mo ka de boa ye totobo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah mra na odi o my Ghana so no right.
Yeah.
In fact, they be correct to make us say, no, all prison crowds, no to me winning elections, right? But obviously, all those comments in the year, me who say, past glories. But me was a capito, as an astute Nkrumah say, yeah, and current Nkrumah is no. Omo ye strategy be no omo fa se ye ya Osaje for Dr. Kwame Nkrumah against all odds, no, he was still able to triumph at some point in time, no. Oh, woman, so no, they will be able to overcome all the hurdles facing them, and also come to the forefront. Ɛhɔ ɛna yɛde nkɔmɔ no hyɛ ase efiri nti ɛhɔ na ɔte sɛ ɔfa bɔdi ɔn deɛ wɔne tua ɔspɛne kakra ɛwɔ ho nti no kapito menim sɛ wo so wɔne gye Nkrumah ho paa meboa so wɔne gye
yes sir
nya kapito mediama sorry mediama
na awa sɛ na mediama yes me na kwa ko yes me ndi wa
abotre mesrɛ obi wɔ hɔ no mo ya santi obi wɔ hɔ no mo ya santi nzo mpe vuvu enti no mesrɛ enti ma menyɛ so
ana we discuss
enti no enti no ya pɛsi ehu current crop of Nkrumah is no ɛdeɛ no ɔmo yɛ sɛ de bɛyɛ a sɛ de ɔsagyefo mene bi atwam no against all odds he was able to still come top no ɔmo nso betima come at the top question no
yo papa me da se bebre em se me de nchia kese ma obi bia abasmali em se Mandela ofi prisoner obeye South Africa omo penny meboa
pepe
and I don't know nti na o pa kire se omo a tebia na Nkrumah say no nke at least omo de omo go prison omo go freedom nti nke omo ti aka gba na say I bibi I'm sorry.
How you do? You too.
I'm sorry. So, I like Nkrumah in a many Nkrumahist. That is the first point I say. I'm not Nkrumahist, but I like Nkrumah. Hey, Kabi. Call the opposite direction. If your fathers come for one by say Kabi, anyway. I like Nkrumah some of the things that he set up, especially where he raised a education and the things because being the first prime minister and the first he was actually a visionary. So or a visionary no long term but now nke omo di na had seen that ananke bia oni hokra no that thing should come. Ghana as it is in fact oko MPP a party bia or bia no the ideologies they might not be Nkrumahist, but the Nkrumahist, the things that he set up, are the things that they are following. Papa, who had come to do something that is more than what Nkrumah did? Then Biano, a follow up. So, a follow up. Said you say, what drive for Ghana or taxi Kalano, different between the same taxi, Ako Ivory Coast. Work painting different. Add the number about but over run a taxi. A color no then we're changing. And to changing the color no doesn't change the ideologies. There are ideologies this year Irania people are using it. Some people are clever. So the way they will work at it, of course. If you say be a leftist, if you say me a rightist, whatever it is, whether leftist or rightist, about Smiley, at the end of the day, is governance. Those that are singing the songs of Nkrumah, if they have the dream of Nkrumah, they have the blueprint of Nkrumah, like somebody was saying, blueprint in the man will die, but the vision doesn't die. Now, if the man dies with the vision, it means that nobody caught the vision. Vision, and you might be following Nkrumah, you might be saying everything about Nkrumah, but you don't have the Nkrumah ideology. Maybe you are using it just for the sake of trying to canvas for ABA position. And for those who say they have the Nkrumah blueprint, Sammy Nkrumah, Sammy Nkrumah Bano, he has to come and learn. She has to come and learn. Osia. So, and at some point in time, the same Nkrumah is saying, Sisi ano, Nkrumah is an Nkrumah is. Nkrumah, on can see people. On can see people. Now she's an independent. You see, on the politics, and she has gone to NGO. Oh, just so that she will be able to. And this is what I like about that lady. Of course, Mr. Menyan Nkrumah, but the ideologies, the fact say, let's help the grassroots, build it from AE, and then the grassroots, and then let everybody have the fair share. Of course, say, and so for baby. They say nipa onyam edru namno ebi born home ebuana onyam edru mama ebi born.
That's right.
At the end of the day na born home, but Osha, what Nkrumah did for Ghana and what Ghanaians have got from Nkrumah was great. It wasn't the what do you call the party, it was his personal and unfortunately that is why people had the means of getting him off, because his own circle, now they didn't like what was happening, but they couldn't say it because of Abia. Papa Smiley, those who say they are Nkrumahs, I think they might be Nkrumahs in color, in party colors, but not in the ideological or one. Otherwise, we would have seen some of them coming. In fact, because Nkrumah is not the only person that God gave to Ghana, but how to bring up that Nkrumah in people, So let me use, for lack of it, how to bring that Nkrumah in people, That is where we are not doing. We have all these resources. I was smiling. Akwebu or Ghana. Yes, why you play? Play it to me, yeah. But who is going to help this person? How are we going to leverage this? There are so many Nkrumahs in AE, but we are looking for a dead Nkrumah that is gone. Of course, he did something. We actually honor him and we also celebrate him. But I don't think Nkrumah is the only person that God had given to Ghana. And he said, he will not come back. Jesus Christ, our time, our salary. So let us take advantage. And our share box, So share box, the thing that we can look at and say, okay, using the name of Hifana and the NDC, if you buy or Shete Nkrumah, now they all came from the Wonderland. They saw say no at that time Nkrumah was a selling name. Now Nkrumah PFs and Nkrumah was coming again. Even after people thought say Nkrumah, because now assume Nkrumah never dies. It is not the Nkrumah that never dies. It is the ideology that he had. Well, or no other chairman or the chairman that should not have died. But you see, Nkrumah has died and his ideology is dead. Because you see, Papa Smiley, I don't see Ghana as we building an economy of people who are thinkers, who will think through and bring Ghana to where it ought to be. You see, it's my forward. You see, SIN Dafa, once I had no afa, once I had no afa. Abon the program into a SIN Dafa, a timing into 1 year time upon us unsaso kum. Enti isiano apono si and this is now homo awe chira yam ham gigi ebe yam so na si people for so na MD is also at na so face the nyambre baba where I face the country boy
I face the country.
I don't know ebia almost the baba face the army face enti Papa Smiley. I think say whatever it is, this world, whatever human beings as we are, a philosophical, even though I think string idea, I wouldn't choose those words, but however, let me see the rationale behind it. Say idea obi I say the curse, you can turn it into a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
If, and then this is if, the big if, or say, unyanseni,
That's
ni
right.
okwasia, unyanseni. Into that is the difference. The difference between unyanseni and okwasia is time.
Okay.
It is time.
Mm-hmm.
When onyanseni at the time, juma no, na okwasia no, na wada, no diagro, no hururi, no koha, no baha, na or the kasakasa. You see, I was sure Ghana, yeah, most of your time, no, you waste it on radio. You see, yeah, juma, I'm a phone company. Mobile phone company. They are the people we are working for. Which are mobile company or mobile butter, a Ghana government. And it is spread all over. And we also painting, baby. Oko be a virgin. Now you're painting. I mean, it's a virgin. Vodafone. They are painting. Now it is interesting for the people. They don't know. Say it's a cheap advert for them. Hey, Papa himself, who are hiding, and I think Papa, I think, sir, Adiano, and no, sir, if you say you are a Nkrumah, we want to see the true spirit of Nkrumah coming up to take over Ghana, because Nkrumah say, hey, my Ghana, my Akosombo, it is here, no, Ghana, no. I don't know who says my Ghana. Ghana better than come on as a Ghana is here. Over to me, I can say I don't know. Of course, you see, I know most of us, I'm saying say most of us is because of what we will get. Then we want to, in fact, they have put themselves into this how do you call it? This the because of what they are not getting. So, but if they are on the other side, so on the other side is so bad, I can tell you, sir, Papa, they will keep quiet. They will not see the wrong in the society, and that is what Ghana is looking like. Papa, and say,
you, yati, my media
and Papa tongues.
Oh, and your tongues, oh. And Yamin Tibiana.
Tia Americano, Empire, Papa Sabacatra said, Empire. So, Empire, any Yano, you are the answer to your prayer.
Okay. And you mean the answer,
you are the answer to,
and you mean the empire Nubian.
And Yame, Okase, Yame, Emma Oba. Now wash your trousers. Now I can do Kunechi. Now Yame have a raw.
Oh, Mediama, manager the Okan who, what's this say no? May bonfire. I am the answer to my prayer, my boy.
You are answer to your prayer. God uses you to answer your own prayer.
Okay.
It is here no. Okase ube giant son no. After our bonfire say one no mensa. Now sorry so I can be eba. Ade.
Emfa.
It is a God that say fix the country. When you have the opportunity in your own small way, fix it. Papa, fix the country no. And yeah, a big mass a small in our community, I'm a country, no, every will be agree. I found and yes, Yabaya, Yana, Kakra, na, Betty Semery, Abba Smiley. And they say, if we want to face the country, it should be fixed from the grassroots up to the top. Where did they take?
That's right.
But to about me and Crawford, now I'm a Catrona, so I'm almost here. Yama, what they are to about country, Kriana to Abama, Crawford way. And I'm going what 1,000, what 100, what 500. Now they are to Abano. Now, when you say a country, now will break it, no. Or other culture and say face the country. You have fixed it, but you have fixed here. One of the fix Yama. That's my question.
Okay. All right, then. Mediama Doku. You better was it. Why? You better was it. Mediama Adoku.
Chiamo.
Oh, so mame, yejo so pa, yejo so. Koso here so for my why? Koso here no so my pa. Thank you. Yo, ene meko kwabna eso na kwabna enso akabi ya bonkomo. Kwabna so nkabi ansa na owa na champion enso aba. Kwabna, oteme nka yenko bamaso.
Papa adwen kase we de nanka me pesa me den zema na chia we na me wura ko fi nzema di kasa no awa ma me kodie me wura fi nzema gospel se the gospel for them e be invite on mama be bonyu mama e nzema gospel ahu e mama be bo e be invite on mama be bonyu mama e o aha e zo mo ne so be yede papa
yes goso
we teacher ni na akwa Wednesday there be dem busi akwasi mi no pacho 10 times 1 me pacho e san
me teacher them say 10
and 100 times 0 so yes saying
any 0
mo na me offer me nua be ma fire na o ka se bi aba o ye ni nyansa na ne ma na ade a o mampani kufo akwaje 10% se wo o ye na egupum na wo ni nyansa bi ana adwen bi e wo ho na 100% na oni uni nyansa bi adi to a wo 0% of the oil you better how me wiase asai unya kwanyo ba obi di ni nyansa mu kwaje 10% ba na akiri kura nya gas free a wo more equity echense ade ni tansum a wudi hu nyansa bi a de bakakotu asase e da ho a ye kodue kubi wo so no ubetimi abagini asase da nuni fa kubesi so fa banchi so fa body so no is different from oil a tie in swum difference be wom na better no akwakotu udware na akotu anaze wode den na ekotu fire sase me out aka mane nsi wa na ye koyanim no nka ba bia ye du ye fe ye hu se oil ni nya bi no e na fe ye deal bi ye hu se Ghana eye oil producing country enti eno no betimi akwaje 20% 30% 50% up to 80%. Nenyeso obidi ni sika ebe start adwuma. No akaje nipa no no badi ni millions of dollars aba ye adwuma no. There were so many people no omudi omusika aba GMPC. Some ebe twhwe oil. Omo anya bi omudi omuni hu ancho esan akoye. The records were there. Na obi abase dey ni so nipa nko we anya oyi ni bia kodini ne ka eni na mani hu nyina besan ko ni kuru mu back. Difference wom fire sa sem na outaka won na etimi akwaje 10% ni bi aba ya no mtena so 19 years 1% kro ma ma ebi yes so afasi wa ade enko yenim baba maka nzem bibi de bia na kwa menkroma sem ya na kwa menkroma me pena sem pa o na se ubedidi nipa bi echi so hu se wo kwa menkroma na ubetina opposition kosi se kametina Ghana sa kosi se mi wu mu de ene ka me demokra ba kodom NDC mum na mahu power instead say meka say oh Mr. Kitios na wa hanje me de be example so tema na e pamo kwa me nkroma na mkra de na yire fatia ne ayino me na me ko ja mo airport me na me ko yesi no that doesn't win election enti no me ntimi fa me ho nom sa party no eni e ma ntimi makwa me nkroma fo no ana me dwa mo na de bia kwa kan obi se wuye dede no ena kwa me nkroma na ofa ha na kwa me nkroma no ko wura ha no ade a me wo ho a metimi aye e de ahye me na nani
me kofa kwa na basisi a uminim se ogusu a epem so ho no mko me kofa na ba na yeti nkomodie no right from here Akwantu4 radio ha ana waso egusu no kwa na epem so ko ntina na me kofa na mrasisi a na yento nkomodie no so
we fix the country and next so ye bo ase hwanwe nem so onye secretary a no kan CPP for no wakwakyere na adwenpe suspension ye yiwedi na kokura wo sen party no members yes na wuyi bi edi ebi before mpe obi obekyere na adwen wo within asem say ye wa Akwantufoɔ na bi asem bi na kwabna kora bekyere na adwen ye bibifoɔ yi na ne buwafu onwen kwakyiri ngat asem akwabna kan bi a momi anwen ho ne ehwe da bi mene na anya adwen ti no kyese ma adwen nya adwuma eno ne ha ye bibifoɔ no hwe DC for na nse kwaku anyi do ho ne aloteji kop because Oma Kochino Omajin within the party. Brony, yes, sir. What's the wagin? What Jimmy Kranach, the wagin? Wagin, a Jimmy Sam, never try to, or not, maybe any beginning of the IBB. Papa kwasi ndu na beko CPP a obeko we ni ade na wo ba da ben kwan na wo ba ye ni ade twitwitwi no no so ate ne party ayare ga na beko akote ne party obi nyina in the name of Kwame Nkrumah okoka omsi ati kwa pai 1992 anka mo na mo ye CPP fo na UP fo yi ni mo gina kwante we num so agina ho na nka ayi ajabu adi num ayi militia fo people militia fo so gina fa me emi omde akobbo adi and they say mafu CPP for no mafu a modi anim nti no mo kan mo ho na mo de kobbo ai vigilante fo nim na mo de agu Kwame Nkrumah anim ase na Kwame Nkrumah on san ma biem Kwame Nkrumah ba bia wo kono on san ma back biem ni okofa snap so ofre Kwame Nkrumah na Kwame Nkrumah wo Kwame na o papa no ha
on say question no we want to ignite so the Mbusa Capital no what of Nkrumah and if we want to invoke a bit invoke for them to be able to rise up to the occasion. That is what we want to find out. And let's dwell on that one. So webi and as a guidance be at the more put more energy to that direction rather than just bringing the put the energy towards the things they can do for them to come to the occasion. Why? And then he hears this here. Why?
Papa, ade a mechere de bia se mo de bia me ka kire Mr. Kitiyos nam say omonfa Eagles bi ohun entu be sa Kwame Nkrumah party for omodoso se ye bobo a PNC CPP na ngase mu PPP GCCPP hwan omodoso obi anfa na Eagle ntu be bi se we na be presidential candidate se we na be chairman of the ade se we na be say no omonka party ni nyina momu baako obi anwuni party dismantle bibia no munya one omunyina nka bibia mum no munya one na mo starting ko na mo identify na se Kwame Nkrumah ba Kwame Nkrumah ba mo amutimitintim ne nsa agi city finisam na ubenye bi ni mo a de bia no mo touch mo nka party ni mum na nya baako de bia e ka se na third force no Kwame Nkrumah ne party no na se nka strong third force na me kwabna MPP fo ho ye mabufu na me pe party bi ato abama na se Kwame de me amini pa me tuma ne nkrofo na what team mu eketenkete no bi use party no Kwame Nkrumah din no e dey for no one benefit nti no o yes ade no because yes na ye free ayi presidential candidate for so omomra obenya opportunity no de akobi Mr. Kitiyos ye besre mo baby edu no Kwame Nkrumah na de bia ni din no mumma Kwame Nkrumah ni din nyina ho legacy mo betimi dia ma Kwame Nkrumah ne se Kwame Nkrumah party no e wa pam na niema na mo se 7 years development plan na Kwame Nkrumah troto ho no mo de aba be ma Ghana fo ama Ghana edi yi na nia na mo ye no atams na me wo baby a na mesre dia ukokan so a yesi won kan ho ba se me kwabna ka me kwakotuma ba ma NDC die ka Kwame Nkrumah party o ho na metuma abako because when no amamu woni se niema no omu ni Kwame Nkrumah amom papaji amom bi Kwame Nkrumah dey at least what 7 years development plan e dey ato amamo se we implement ma Ghana konanim mo so na matiti mumunyi na Mr. Kitiyos Kwame Nkrumah dey no si e bebo ni say ya na Kwame Nkrumah ene okuje to ablakwa so oye kokoye tututu bi ni ekwachi ni ko se prison na ni din appear e wo ballot paper so e wo Ketu South was in constituency na obe win election it's not new a political name be na ma Kwame Nkrumah ko pie prison and ni din ko pie paper so e no win election no it's nothing new Mandela tema no say prison no say ke ma Kwame ni din ba ballot paper so a ko be win election from the prison. And the same man in Yadia be and one will be I say you can say be a Kwame Nkrumah win election or no prison and no it have nothing to do. There some year as MPP and PNC force one phone in answer. Mubeka party na bombako. Sa fix the nation is any money in Anna Yakoi. Papa, Papa hwate we wo ho.
Ana kasa.
Eba politics mo ho. Ebi ni wo ho no ma politics ne se ne ma na kasa. I say o ma te se de bi esi e na o mo kwakọ ebi. Leaders here o mo call say fix the nation. And na me ko catch na now say let them go. Mo ko ye result na da ho no. E na mo ko ye. And some of them ko ka ye fix the nation enu ni. When fix the nation no. Wo ye obi a wo lead wo person lead demonstration. Owura bi aba one de ni pa ya census ama ya kire say Ghana population na on e bi emu 60% omo ye Christopher emu bi ya 20% omo ye Muslims and na 20 na aka no omo so ye damusafo na ukoye demonstration a wakwa fa papa bi onu no oni na osori anopa ama for 60% fo ni nipa na omo gini di no e na odidi o matem odidi omo leader na tem and the other people no work for na begina ho now fix the nation for now on obi kura person fixing nation no hu sa akwa na e dey adwen na de be se ni tirim sanye wafu and ade kwa e dey adwen na ade ko sa say ye ko fix the nation ya ko for Abraham ben Moses no sorry a amanfo Jesus o mu ni ho agro no odidi na tem no what are you talking about fix the nation ni and you mo anka so mo call demonstration akasa no and na fix yourself no e ho no o man fix yourself. Omo anwi anko akire say this boy who betimi abedi akire ba wo utimi me that platform so kra me kasa utimi me that platform so nkasa ba be nam ho bi ni ehun say won so ba bi na wo a wo nipa 60% for no ni odidi omo leader tem no wakofa na begina ho say one na emeka nkire mo say mo fix mo ho ana say yen fix nation in the mind no enipa na mo na debe na mbadwen o be say mo mu ye jokes.
All right, Kwabena.
Homesu
what? Na call the other issue no so no. Or say the fool will complain about the torn pocket, but the wise will use it to scratch his balls. Kakra obeka wo ho na menko wa hene so. Why?
Papa, as I say me kwade em say sister Veronica kan bebre afa as say me eno ne niema na yeti yekrum Ghana owo ahena agaza kofa audio bia na mse mebi yabo ne matia for akwa na o se obi be fi farmer bi be fi ni amane bi abe $50,000 no dey bag Ghana abese yensa ase be too good ene se niema dey destroy yensa ase ne yete ho wakoto drums e dey ama local church e ho honom ne yete ho se niema no na eye akwa na ne ono ne nsache ne shuwa mu a ono de ne nsache ne bottom o de afa ne shuwa ho a wo twi ho no na sa Chinese ni na ba yen krum ho no 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 abehu opportunity wo kro no mu nyina abesesa de ko ne ye de yete ho yedu anopa 24/7 kasa nkwa e wakwa bia mehu no hana na me de obi kasa wo fon so and I say me de me wo as a me wo opportunity say I can call home and I'm say I didn't know okasha. And I say, I say, me afa phone no ma frɛ we no do Greensboro ha ya no ni baabi obekɔ a no so betimi afrɛ ade professor say me opportunity kura o phone call na metimi afa phone no ma frɛ obi o Ghana na me ne di nkomo no kura no hu ni say your opportunity and am ka say ni adenti no so ntum fi Greensboro ha no nkɔtena New York na ya wa fa phone no so dey afrɛ fi ana I say it's not the same so enti obi a ni say the ohu opportunity e walk around e wo no ana ho say wo e krom yi yenua achi okọ Ghana yi osi we hu so many opportunities na eye no kre okọ Ghana so a we be hu so many opportunities but akase dipa na okro no no e be activate sa ade no ama na ye adwuma eje de betimi agina ho na de bi ya complain nto so bo aye den tomatoes bo aye den bode bo aye den na obi nso ono so ekofa ne mfichire kakra bi ode soye kakra bi gu ho a ode tomatoes seed ni bi gu ho no 3 months time onko market kura abun say watete in tools no dey akwaya na nkwan
all right
opportunity say na bebreti o ba wote ho a wo betimi agina ho akasa saa ma de ache amuwu am yakosie o
Abna thank you sure ye bedo wase why ye bedo wase pa na menko owa na champon onke bo wi a onia number no 448 etwato no mako onso oso owa na champon otimenka bamaso
EP.
Bamaso, why?
I drink this, your papa.
Beautiful. So, who are there?
And dear, funny sour.
You, dear Tibia, never fancy, and young queen. Why? I better honor what you unianum and come our moody cacra. Cacra over cano, kai, na young queen.
Governor, Babby Tisu be can be visible Quamin Chroma. As seven and a quick Quamin Chroma seminar. Ghana for money, money, Quamin Commander. Na Quamin obey it, you. I think the beer for Quamin Chroma, baby or Shen or Danamin. You know, the beer above pay it in here, come for your body, you put it in here, come for that. The party and the ma a down. Dino we are found. Dino Maria Quamin Chroma 7 I quite say. The Biani who come Bahama, Mahama. The Biani has to kufu. With a Michelle. Bra, you walk ye boku and my yaku animals. They say no. America to a baby. Biden ye cannot see. Biden ye cannot see. Biden one also to Tunuma. I didn't try any intimate country or 2 swas 7 corner be a confound. Manam say, failures in internet could be far from come a banana. You know, we should also know, say, in commerce, we have some failures. It's, you know, there was the unquaid the dessa. I needed it. You know, you go for that time, now it was bitter for them. But we do it, my when I mention. You know, coming, come on, name at CPP said DNCC. I don't know the party, where there's CPP.
CPP, oh,
the banner so party more, most so party more, much as it. Your co-election community now 1.5% to cry. Then you can your phone. Say, Kuma ye pia. I gonna food in a who's for ye be a pa. I did not gonna phone to Obama CPP for. I gonna phone to Obama CPP for. So what I'm saying, say Ghana for see a doc will come and Kuma, yeah. Then you 2 noon now no 2 way now Tema, and Diana, Yakuso, Madame, near who's a party say a bus see a papa. I didn't tell a yanko to about MCP, not yen jaded the people winning ye third party, I didn't say yen now who said Sadia and ye, open me by, and obey more we say in the Sadia, ne blueprints down. It's in the Sadia's our party. Yanko to about my own party in the man or woman, party attractive. So what's a mention? To come in Kumadi and me, I should say, ye the day, young man in Nakakra. Papa no baby, nipa baby. The conference as they say Ghana cross still Kufuor to see that's a coming president. Are they?
You gotta you
know club it has you.
Young fan on to one way na young queen him so na young queen Papa no say
fake Jose.
Okay, open so can face the country. What they conswe can dey why?
Face the country in the say and yes ubi and a bin no I did bia keke o man no the queen me say sika puju ewo man mu die sika puju ewo o man no die na wo hwe o man no entutuye ene ne nhihye ya na che say ene wo hwe se the way ade china de se bia ye hwe sika ekodi nkofo ahoho nsem ni sa de ne dia ene won ma de akunya mo no mo fa kwa so de yusu pen di dani sika sem no fa bia won se yenti asia na che say fix a country ni nche say ebia de to won no kan ye kan bibisa keke ana kan ye kan se sika pujo na ko basa no o mo fanye kro ni yie enam se o mani yo maya e mamunu no doso mamunu ni nya adwuma nye mmabunu no nyɛ adwuma nyɛ koraa papa mmabunu no nyɛ adwuma nyɛ ɛna sika yɛtua kɔ adwu soro ano pa sɛ wɔkɔ adwuma sika yɛtua bosome no ɛnsa so saa nyɛ wɔhu ne mekyerɛ no ɛna ama nam sɛ na ama ho kyerɛ ama yɛakwan nyɛ yɛ hospitals nyɛ ɔhu kyɛ sɛ biribiara yɛ choke biribiara yɛ choke kaa to sɛ gatas na yɛ choke ɛnti no fi sɛ country a amanfoɔ kan a mu demonstration yɛbɔtu gu ɛnyɛ yi dabi yɛbɔtu gu ɛnyɛ yi koraa ɔhu sɛ ɛmɛdɛ sɛ adeɛ ɔmo yɛyɛ no abadwonko biara mɛm ɛnyɛ npp a mɛm ɛna ndc a mɛm ghanafoɔ a na ɔmo tu ɔmo na asi hɔ nom sɛ no fa corruption bebrebe ɛkɔ soɔ ɛne promise bebrebe a ɔpanyini promise ghanafoɔ a ɔmo hu hwee no na ɛsɛ akɔyɛ sɛ nneɛma bebree a kyerɛ sɛ government mu no sɛ corruption case biara rise koraa na asɛ ɔpanyini no akata so no about to ogu no asɛ biribiara nsi bi sie ne saa nneɛma no ɛde na agyingya because na amanfoɔ no fo sɛ ɔpanyini no deɛ yɛka mmara asɛm no ne hyɛ bi a sɛ obi yɛ ade na mɛtea no deɛ na nka wobɛtumi ayɛ amanfoɔ ahwɛ ahu sɛ ɔpanyini no deɛ wɔyɛ no ɛnyɛ sɛ na ɔmo expect yɛ ɛne na ɛma saa fix the country adeɛ a ɛbaa yi ɛna ghanafoɔ so ɛsɛ adwene sɛ sika wɔ ɔman no mu ɔno ara na ɛbɛka sɛ sika yɛtete sika soɔ ɔno na mekyerɛ no ɔbaa yi kyɛ sɛ nsɛm no biribiara rate ɛkɔ soro bebrebe crime rate dn rate biribiara ɛkɔ soro biribiara basa sɛ bɛyɛ 2 years ne koraa no government schools no obiara no wɔtwerɛ exams ɛno ara nso wɔfa back sɛ wɔkɔ schools a obiara ntwerɛ exams saa nti no sika no a yɛde bɛyɛ exams no ɛwɔ hefa textbooks a kyɛ sɛ ɛnwom a bebree nansɛ kora na mɛti sɛ ɔmo ka baabi sɛ ɔmo sɛ ɔmo hu agudie bi ɛwɔ about things about 3 regions lithium adeɛ de yɛ fɛnsɛn batteries yi a kyɛ sɛ yɛasa atɔn ma australiafoɔ a kyɛ sɛ yɛtɔn ma australiafoɔ no yɛyɛ deɛ ɔmo yɛ 5% sɛ 10% o adeɛ wɔ $150 billion no ɛsɛ sɛ ghanafoɔ no ghanafoɔ deɛ mefa sɛ 15% koraa sɛ 10% ɛnyɛ agudie biara ne de ama aborɔfo no ne saa na papa sɛ yɛtena se da da bie wɔ agudie ne yɛbɛtɔn ama nkurɔfoɔ na nkurɔfoɔ yɛdeɛ yɛntumi fa nyɛ hwee deɛ a na yɛ leadership no ɔmode no ɔmɔyɛ ɛnti no na ɛwɔ sɛ amanfoɔ kyɛ sɛ ahontentene firi the country no ne deɛ sɛ woyɛ ghana ni na wotra baabiara na aka sɛ deɛ aberante no kɔyɛ no ɔma anyɛ hwee deɛ a na menim deɛ wɔpa ka kyerɛ me a mebɛte ghana ha no I'm telling you ɛkuro no hwɛ woba ghana opportunities no wobɛhu bebree wo na baɛ na mehu opportunities na mehu baɛ na mehu opportunities bebree ɛna ɛyɛ deɛ ɛna mehu opportunities bebree ɛna ɛyɛ deɛ hwɛ
sɛ wahu opportunities ɛna wɔka na
ɛyɛ de sika sɛdeɛ bɛtumi saa opportunity hu sɛ saa opportunities kɔ bɛtumi sustain for even 2 years na wode na mokɛyɛ ka no sɛdeɛ saa opportunity hu bɛtumi sustain for 2 years koraa no wɔhwɛ koraa 2 years ne nso na ɔsɛ hu sika nyinaa asa na mehu opportunity system no nyɛ stable system no ɛnyɛ favorable so ɔtɛ me mekyɛ no wɔnom na ɔhohoɔ no ɔmo ba na ɔmo hu opportunities na ɔmo ba no bank loans no makɔgyegye afiri wo kurom de wurawura kurom ha nom no interest rate no ɛwɔ fam wosusu bi a wo no akɔtara bɔkyerɛ woatumi akɔnya bi a $10,000 bi a ɔbɛhu opportunities bi wode wo sika bɛbrɛ $10,000 mu sisi a 2 years 10,000 ɛnyɛ sika bi a ɛbɛkɔ te sɛ deɛ nsuo a yɛhwie gu gata mu no opportunities ne ɛwɔ ha bebree nyɛ nkwa na bɛka kyerɛ sɛ opportunities wɔ ha no ghanafoɔ nyinaa hu sɛ opportunities wɔ already but how to sɛ deɛ a wobɛpɛgya ade no ɔma mɔtotɔ anka koraa oranges fruits koraa no sɛ opportunity kɛseɛ paa ɛnso fruit koraa so yɛn toni kɛkɛ koraa yɛntumi to fruit bosi na ɛsɛ so bɛkɔna banana ni nyinaa bosi ho nyinaa bɔ black ne sisi hɔ no bi amafo ntumi toni
yo kadachi
etino sima bagana be hu opportunity die sima bagana be hu opportunity post abe struggle o krom hanum no ho se e bibia no akeke kan sim bia kire nipa wo ha mu se be gugumuti etira wo me kaze ne be hu opportunity o be hu opportunity physically bra betrem betrem na me ka keke ne nko nsan kwatena se be hu opportunity keke na tena 2 years na who is the way we have go through 2 years up and down have go through 2 years no enough for more
na so why no almost say no pain no gain no into no whichever way no if you see the opportunity you will have to go through some struggles and say you say go to the team and ye be team aka so what me channel and now we will opportunities na we be na wo ja wo kona beba no ene ka me bie kura wo be hu opportunity no na wo bie na de ja wo fa ase wo fa bi anase wo nua bi na wo so me be hu opportunity wo matena wo be 1.5 months 2 months ntino as me hu ani nani so me hu ani me hu business nani so ntino as me wo kura na me monitor na e be di nkomo ni sa wo boa because the moment I try play with na and no mas assassin and no mas assassin wati and to be bano wo fast no wo kan sin dia chiro because wo do sika no man sa na be ye o na me chiro no emu dynamics no dangerous o na dangerous and no man smooth sa say dia wo be hunu no ade chi bia ni mu asem aditi bie ni mo asem what me mention e you cruise and cruise ni tie papa me ni platform use na me enkofo bi because mo be bie company bi na de mo nyina se dwele se betra UK o ma hu opportunity bi za ana me wa papa de bi mensre o say asem wo ho no mo a and not system ni nya papa ni nti no won say wo bro ho a minim kofo bebre sa wo bro hu sa wo be bro hu sa na wo sa le ba okromu a na sa di oba beto o no afere wo be kono oba mabukura sa wo ye bibi se dia wo be ye chese sa di enkofo be ye nyina no na ya de nka be bo society e be bo okro na makro so de e di saye afa nipa so ma nipa esu eyi adwuma sankofo ni nyina adwuma no ko off mo mo fo adwuma nyina no sankofo ni nyina so mo nyina titife be adwuma no sa companies nyina sa collapse. So foreigners no mobile mo so maybe bi big companies no mobile one no capital na ekro mo na eba no enye bi ni 10,000 ni 15,000 no baby o yo kadachi yana fasima me why
etiro baba odi abutu da mo to nyom etiro ni nyina ane ne se akufuado want to know my yema Ghana for Ghana for you know said fix the country youth no can and one or more can many break say idea or my boy my interest rate young guy after you school kakra okopi bank loan no and koyi sika no dia interest ne da so no obetu awie na branch en say pasa oko hard 2 years ne sanu manema any 2 years no be corona landlord in Canada sa cost in affordable build apartments they side in the boys a man for edit abontin too much in ya asema much concern mo abuti mo hwe the way environment is fati so at we cheno say at least mo bia bakwa si wakunya one room bia kwakoda o na bichino koda kwa no wo twa even 350 pounds krana a week krana sorry a month krana at least wonya cleaning no wo ye no when you 4 hours, I could 4 hours, I'll try to 350 pounds. No, Bosun would meet you, but a Kum Halamo. We need the Okoya Crow, Okotia, even cry 150 cities. 150 cities now won't channel Botomen. A Juma adwuma paa ɛyɛ consistent job wɔ hɔ no obetuma so aka sɛ de bia me kwa yɛ no yɛfa Shushan boys ho kɔ up and down no mo nante free akɔsɛ yifa no bisam sɛ bosom week day ni na week ni nyinaa no sɛ na ɔmo si fanya ɛso boys na so mo pɛ adwuma nti no da bia ken ne no manoma wɔna me kyɛ no enti na ɛnyɛ sɛ Ghana fo mpɛ adwuma Ghana fo ni abre asɔre na yɛ kase yɛ free the country yɛ nyinaa yɛ tia ne nyinaa free ha de timi kɔ hɔ no mo yɛ kɔ ho system yɛ papa ɛne nhyehyɛ yɛ papa so ate me kyɛ no enti ne nyinaa ne woyɛ ne wɔsanke yɛ force sa aban wɔte so sɛ sie na aban no yɛ kase yɛ force aban wobɔn sɛ aban wɔ bɛfiri so aban foforo bi bɛba wobɔn sɛ wɔn mo kase ɔmo ka yɛ ɔmo bɛka sɛ ooo ɛne yɛ di sɛ deɛ ɔyɛ na nyɛ ne yɛ ntine fix ha na wɔsɔ fix yɛ ka ne nɛ aka de kyina akyi aban bi ɔbɛbɛ bi ɛbɛka to no so
all right
sɛdeɛ kuro wɔ sɛ mu bɔn kankan paa deɛ yɛ mɛka sɛ bi yɛ tan obi ani aka kyina ne nso aka sɛ ɔno nko adeɛ ɔno nko na ɔnyɛ ne yie na aka sɛ me nka anaasɛ hu nifa so sɛ yɛbɛka yɛka yes
yo Kadachi yɛbɛde wase yɛka sɛ Kadachi awie di a sɛ onua na ɔwɔ Skype no so no sɛ atɔ fam let me see if I'll be able to get him right away na onka bi ansa na mako ofa Kofi Twum Berima eso ene questions and answers version of Bamaso yɛhyɛ aseɛ no kapito yɛbɔ nkɔmmɔ wɔ akyire hɔ na nkɔmmɔ a ne yɛbɔ no na we were trying to find out say Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah omo kana sempa especially one ye from Nkrumah is no omo kan Osajifo ho asempa na Osajifo say ade ni city no omo timi ka say oh no we prison kura na o win elections omo kan sempa fa no na maybe who you know say in the midst of all the things that they say was held at a year Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at one point in time, you know, he was able to triumph over all those things. At the end, a man no edi nkunim in diverse ways, you know. Na enyebia one almost say one year in Nkrumah and they know a dear strategy ana omo enso efa whatever is being thrown at them, you know, they will be able to triumph to say there was Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah no say more or less, you know, say utie me ne kapito nkomodie na many people stand on past glories thinking say it gives them some consolation, right, going forward. It gives them some consolation. I say Arsenal team, you know, omudwo manumwa aje cup will be on the undefeated and Ozonia Fuku omutimi nyahwe enti ade bay me very simple say spirit be and ye invoke of Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah spirit bay of him and ye invoke amana be wura Nkrumah is omo ho sisi mu said they will also be able to triumph over some of the things that happen to them or some of the things that are thrown at them. If you have no onyansani bi e kan asem wo say ono ne de a foolish man complains about his torn pocket, but a wise man uses it to scratch his balls. No na enianu bebre akere wona adwene kama se utie eye utie kapito kire se ono ne ntiase mu na kire se bibia mu no in every situation there is an opportunity ewo sa situation ni mu nti eba ne sa dia na kire se tokuro oboton atede na emom odo nsa afa ho na eja ode twi feelings here and then kakra say said the tie bia no se wonya bibi kakra kra tafre wo ho a ja wende na de akọ nim kama owa na champon was say na musu opportunity na bagana obehu opportunity brother be any 2 years na hwa de no kre you see there are opportunities so there are da meka no obusam jim kura me se wo kwa opportunities e wo ho esan say so omo ne yedi atimi koton aswata wo ho cause am for hit wo mo ho pa but opportunity bia no was enya a reasonable asase a ye be plant our opportunity no on it, and that is the concern of many people. The opportunities are there, but in what environment and ye kwa planted those opportunities? Is it going to be sustainable? Ebekona nim kama how long will such opportunities last? Those are the concerns we need to address. So okay, say opportunities are now I say when who oba ne ho fe na o say yenkona mko wa ukọ wa no a ebi e ho na abehunu say I say oba yikura woni meduane eye oba yikura e ka say wo mutu ha na oda ho no sa ho na abehunu say say not all that glitters no and they are good, and the opportunities there the environment within which you need to plant that opportunity no we need to also address those things no come eho and then come no akwa wie me nkwa ahoma ne so 1448 onka bi opani bama so
ndi papa swali se obi afimi
ene number yi udino amaso o number na keke ne ba you intina me ka
1448 no
1448 ne pende ba so ma save udin wo so but udin na ama intina me ka 1448 no why ko se eja bensa ba ma so
again kase
beautiful sabo ko ze
oye
sweet yankwe now so ka bi
papa swali ehun CPP the fall of CPP no CPP was overthrown by the forefathers of MPP and NDC. The two groups now combined in overthrow CPP. At that time, NDC for only the one Halley, Inspector General Halley, na Deku, na Ikotoka, na Bedema. Now the other side, the nation here free for na Ibuzianum. No overthrow CPP. No overthrow CPP. No, they dismantled the CPP. All the food paying for we now ban enough from taking part in political system. And Chroma crying to mention was at the street team. So CPP was banned because food in there. So CPP is still operating now. All elections as if before we win. CPP won election from 1951 to 1963. Election cross supervised by the white people, no? They won all of them. You know, so the two parties, the MPP and NDC, they are afraid of CPP. So they combined to overthrow the CPP came back again, 1979 to 1981. They assembled the best men of the society, doctors, experienced businessmen to run the economy for 2 years. Now, the way things were going, so when we were through PMP, and now which is CPP, latter day, or better on. So they combine again, overthrow CVP ne ba friend at the PMP no. Why was it that Kufuor went and joined PNDC? You think Kufuor is a fool? Kufuor was part of PNDC. see ayifo no Harisoya Obeda Samoanom we nyina were part of the MPP Nasefo no they combined and the were through this in Okogwen at the into 1982 no separate to they signed an accord Monkoya Mode we in the at that same time no band people nyina painful nyina wa ba won nyina 1996 no party ana
eja mensa enye bia no so the question was strategy ben wo use to revamp themselves and I said they will see can he said they break one system na sefo na beyond repair na
so long in America so long as MPP and NDC are reigning supreme no political party can come to power. If any political party comes forward, the two groups will combine again to overthrow that party. And then when they came, so they mess up the system. Nyama about training, they mess them up for their own gains. Okay? Mimi Shano, Kaneshi, Kwame Kwan of Bill Kaneshi Estate, in our domain, Mamprobi, Kanda Estate, Yaneba Estate, na chama ninyina na a champion so ba we here that man which party and now which government wa ba we see at the frat ama for your battery ninyina wa che ninyina ye na adwuma kra battery ya nchodo expand no mo create no good ninyina otuntonin hwe access o abrichi kwamon komanom ayekuminum but to Tonyama those days they wiska but to Tonyama from America, UK, Germany, Bibia, but we no more but nyinara. They've sold everything for themselves. Inti se wo Brema, we are the Brem NDC and the MPP for these two parties for no one will create problem for Ghana. Abrafukra by no so Ghana from Harvard to Afrawo goes at the land into about 2 Gold Coast. About 2 Gold Coast, there, yet discussions are comedy. On your number can first, I brought for the crab by what's your Gold Coast. On crowd of free outside, but there. From there to the land is so rich. Be apart from agriculture, no, there are so many minerals and that they are the about 2 Gold Coast. Now, so two parties they are making one another on our man. If you have anything to do, yeah, this is I pay for your call. If I have any question now, Umisa in this for na the MPP for.
Okay.
Why do about to Yamana are messing up? About urban estate, obviously, since our common obviously see the member boys in. Eba new obviously, eba new factory. I could find about obey small factory. See, that's the last 4 years. Before then, eba factories no obviously.
Okay.
All year working. 1979, you who oil or Ghana, Philip Petroleum. No good. Did me cry me. I went. No more talk right. Me call. I use so platform so. Wadi off I have a name. MPP I did offer then NDC for PNDC for buy no. They drove away the white people. Also they are coming to cause at the coup d'etat. So Moka here Jiwa say at the runs ada down. More through on Onimpa. So they wanted to make a stage back. No Ivory Coast. Now, what Ivory Coast began over was this record Pamonina, and we couldn't discover oil until Kufuor Sanobai. It took us about 30 years and sana. Oil. Oil could have been discovered around 1985. Or power brofun if you are Philip Petroleum, Munku Gumbo. Oil and need to your gold mines. You need to boxer, you to manganese. Ni nyinara went into foreign hands. One or ye NDC MPP.
Okay. All right.
Nyamo about nyina hotel industries. Hotels over nyina otuntoni nyina na otis kanidi.
Is it no I Jamensa Semetwasi ya there is no possible way out for the CPP now, Mebwa.
No. CPP can come to power. No, any political party be a small party be able to my body. So long as NDC and MPP, because as soon as they see a threat and they'll combine, work and forces together.
Okay.
That's what they did. 1979, 1966.
I quite say. They said they are Kwabana can or say a funny a fan can say oh home fan goody. Yes,
they combined to overthrow CPP.
Okay.
On 2 occasions. What's the region? What rules I remember what a PMP football show. What's the all the resources are there. In rules one or cra are the construction equipment for 4 companies, a minimum 4 companies or Mayazi. Unfortunately for those 4 companies, you know, we say company, and then Swedish contractors, a crowd of years or na deal. What buy equipment buyer no about to what ton equipment in Nina, managing directors when you shop when you know we say a woo, a wagaman a woo, a friend a quick woo. Oh, yeah, the people are so criminal. NPP, NDC. Your problem be a fighter. We should go and fight those people. Why they came and made those things were improved without turning? Okay.
All right. Ajabensa. Yeah, better was it. Why? Now, quick one on a and Tohenism. So, Kakakra on when uncle. Why?
A wise man. Tread cautiously. A foolish man behave on the spur of the moment, or act on the spur of the moment, or when. So that's the difference between a wise man and a foolish man. Now humility, with humility comes at the wisdom. In plenty of plenty of water, no, the foolish man goes goes thirsty. Now, in abundance of it is also a comedian because we are not making use of our brain. Nina comes down to lack of knowledge of people perish. So what we need now is the knowledge base. Although educated young couple, mobile knowledge base, not as they say. Young couple educated, nobody will come and cheat them.
Okay.
There are a lot of Ghanaians who are educated. If you're educated, and how can you put up at the departmental store, UTC and Kingsway? Now you lock them up and ask people to go to the street and sell on the highway. Are you making use of your brain?
Okay. All right. Ajabensa. Yeah, better was it. You see, mention number and so. Why? Thank you very much. Ajabensa. Ana also edene de abeso so no. Opani Kobi, me hu se wo frɛ. Unfortunately, na me ntimi mfa enso Ajabensa de no ntino betimi afrɛ. Memo akasa. Why? Na me Ajabensa enhu me so. Me nko ofa Kofi twumba ma so na ofa Kofi ene dey onka bi. Ofa Kofi. Impom to say.
Oh, Nyamiadom. Nyamiadom, I'm very well. Now, Mechia won't so Mechia Obia.
You Obia Joso.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
What is say when you a bon comocra so? Anna, my
boss. What? A bon, and it's true. I will explain for more.
Okay. So, all right. Any Kabie? Why Kabi me uncle?
Very well. Me buy and me say a category na orca. Sabi kwa me my cat severally said. And crying a bomb a fee pie good crank room. It's terrible. It's so sad. I don't know why I get angry when I come on this platform and explain say Akufo-Addo has lied his way into power and he does not care. And I get sad when I hear people praising him. And when the other day, last weekend, I went on a tour deliberately. I mean, said that they are still constructing open drains, open gutter. Yeah, where in the world, United Kingdom, Germany, France, America, where do you see an open gutter? But that is what they are doing here in Ghana. So the question is, why? Say, I got telling you, I buy here, a ministry of rural. Why are they keep on constructing open gutters? Yeah, with the amount of filter you generate to Ghana. A new pair of tone near my watch will be all bokube, a wheelbarrow, will be our no pure water. Ninano, it ends up in the open gutter. And a bomb, a riana, a walk room, a baby. But what about you? One more generative filth, but gutter is covered. You don't smell, won't take kind. So my question is, why is the government continuing to construct new gutters? Yeah, open. Why are they doing that? And what kind of conscience do they have? What do they achieve in doing that? And one, the fact is, a bon, but we have a this also winning. And so Kufa buy what that damo catches for them Accra, I hear the cleanest city in Africa within 1 year. 5th year, if you look at that, born was that creating a minister for sanitation. And that the me can't say. Yana anybody be and peducrate they were not around. During the First Republic in Kromata, near proper team every day. That was what that gave rise to Kumasi, Queen Elizabeth of United of Friend, Garden City of West Africa. A history. Me can't any baby said because they were not around. Other they were what was your mommy and the enemy who else here comes for my family and Casa and the woman so party so also says the woman it doesn't make sense. What about that mean idea? So I was and cry bon, maybe Abel Saturday, you could tell more Laboni, a very affluent part of Accra, Laboni cantonment. I would not bomb, can this also winning. And she was sanitation minister. I mean, seriously, this is you were all the assembly, greater Accra Metropolitan Assembly. Busa won't say assembly, no, I do a bed one more year. Me, my camp on this severally. Yam proper got them. You say Ugo Ka Obia on Tiasiano was he a dear no one linking it to your friend is saying would you property tax. And he got away, what has it got to do with property tax? Nipano, Mikase on Tiasi so and so. But it's sad, the governance in Ghana is very bad. That's number one. Number two, so Saturday, and several radio stations, what we can say, or not only in China, I feel a dose or a bomb. They have a serious challenge with landfill sites all over Ghana, not only in Accra. Landfill sites, actually, baby, warm, baby, cry, your far born, the government has no idea where to dump this. Once I buy way out, a good father, I buy no. Walk down, was to die, say cathedral, the Niabra Ocean, was so die, and who free education, also die, and also warrior. So they don't sit down and think through. Since that's what we say, university teachers for Wamako strike the whole second week in it. Other teachers and so cost strike. Once they are buying by our sister curriculum, there's no textbooks. And so for people BT and why what is the quality of education in woman? There's no curriculum. University form lectures. Lecture will be our young woman. Look at the amount of time who's young woman will be do professorship. Not Bosome near my 5,000 Ghana cedis. And so now the same are buying Wakwaji Bosian $29 million. What they talk has among members of parliament. Jesus Christ. Now, one more, directly your flagship, free education. So free SHS phone, don't want to pass in normal a progressive university. Says a teacher, lecturer, lecturers are on strike. One more research allowance. About Sikali in our politicians, a Sikali in our. And because wɔn mo ni begu ase because Kennedy Japan kɔ adi waka sɛ wɔn kɔ sanko fo wɔn mo gyimi wɔn mo di mi yansa because obi sun daya wɔsi meye wei afei kɔ daya akufo ado sun yɛ no so obi si cathedral no na wɔkɔ America wɔn obi wɔ Washington DC me so ma ba ha ma bɛ ka sɛ tamu America fo si cathedral wɔ Washington DC no wɔn develop every part of the 50 states in the US already. They are yet trained from East Coast, from New York, all the way across the Appalachian Mountains to California, Los Angeles. They are here in got to be able to America airport. They have the got to see a bomb, the football, Nipa, and the Nibra Bonti, FCC is a cathedral. So who the different, all with Jimmy and what for the year. All right. Any American leaders. You come on, we see cathedral, Washington DC, you know. Baby, and whatever, Yakata got a thing in the house. That the woman here first. And then Akufo Addo wako back, wako Washington, wako Canada, wako London, wako baby, and told him the America, me no. So, the landfill site is a huge problem. I fear a generate to again now. All the assemblies, AMA, KMA, baby, one who may be on between. And so, Papa, wouldn't you say if I garbage, abroad, one you sue a duado, one to me, and one to me generate. You got power craft film. So, sir, fertilizer. Fertilizer. Want to be got a fee can go get them. Want to be found tenant into the fertilizer. Want to be found here. If in electricity, we can generate power energy from this field. The amount of filter a generator one can have and you come as in Guano. Masa, a bit we are generating. See, you have to talk all the right equipment, sir. As long as you see Kenya, you talk here. They are not even. Sorry?
Yeah, the big cathedral. I just had enough so coming. Why?
I had the cathedral and the V8. And to start seeing baby by generate to Ghana, we can turn it round with modern technology which is available. You bring a fertilizer crowd, fertilizer you cry, you know. A great minister, Dr. Usia Friako, to say, Yasmogo, the Kobo Canal Faso. No, say, as you are Ghana, you will BNI, Ghana Police, Ghana Army, Immigration. You see, and the crowd will be because MP woman has smuggled a quacoton. Sanko Fuenia security agency will be or I yet then pan yes smuggle fertilizer my farmers yes smuggle Burkina Faso. Now a Delta Force to 40 going for intimacy war. How? I say Galamsey, send your MPP ministers they to me bet me to be and I will bet me to be. I am one more day two and to Chrono or more boy. The account will be so on somewhere far Sputnik a vaccine. My man will say, oh, no one yet aware say your tiaka. And to finance minister would just say scan. And call parliament, any parliamentary approval, any cabinet approval. Just a good for the body of woman or my chrono pan. Now a dark in I be piano.
Offer charge it.
Just a chrono pan, papa, a book and a mind. The past 5 years or so. And so people are blind in their mind, in their so they don't see anything wrong.
You what?
Challenging Obia said, Argentina, Yakoto, a Sputnik vaccine. There was no parliamentary approval. On the finance minister, Ken Oforiatta Tiaka. I don't want to walk Tiaka, Abra health minister, only aware of it. So I feel chrono among the MPP for anyone more Jimmy in the game.
Over, you better ask it. No, why? Thank you very much. We say, could there be some exceptions in our constitution concerning some of these things, and maybe we may have to look into it because Makenkai say, and you don't be say. Ajimamenu, in fact, Wanyam from Subia, he meant well. People should empathize with him, among other things. Maybe we should look into the fact that maybe he was still operating within the jurisdictions, but maybe Nanya Debe, Uncle Ye. My auntie Bombardier, Ekasevia. I'll come back and begin with Capito. Na yakuya nim fe enti Bombardier otimenka omute ho saboko de
boko na so e
am yadom yenso ho ye ai yenso ho ye
yo me chao
ejoso
Mecha enyanu nyina eja chuma ja mensa eja say the obi achia no mecha achibobo means what sa back dia na fire nso so gina ho menchi achia no na mecha eye nia mi nia penny kwabna agreement on na yire ne nananom awmo Hamburg the real burgers no na machia princess ajaba nso so Australia no ebechia no pi papa na mo ka specific year na say we nso
ene questions and answers na yedi kan yebusa say amanfo ka enkroma ho asempa right na no mo ya mo ka enkroma wo yesi exceptional millennium man na asefo na yebusa say ene bia enkroma and see I offer Crutchum there were so many attempts on his life while he was in prison, right? But now your question I busa say the current crop of Nkrumah is no. Omo dia ba dia no musua free omo boss no ho eye osaje fo ho. And ye bia in the midst of all the things that is being thrown at them no. They are seeking to rise above the occasion. That was the first question. Ana ye free hono ye call onyansani bia sin bia what kan ha say a foolish man complains about his torn pocket. A wise man uses it to scratch his balls. Na ye busa say enye bia one onyansafo yi adwene ana one ne nya adwene e kwan ba so ana ne ya adwene kwan ba so ana one ne nya adwene ho ana nkomodie no ato afa sisia ansana right after that no ye bebusi ho onuana question now the abano our responsibility towards our leaders enti bombardie me ma meet be say enwotwe boy nkomo why
we da say fire say bia no science for the your control experiment in the way you know nti tem bia no be say wo say tree bia na plant be produce food green plant produce food that now the bakwesi assume not the bakwesi sunlight because say be be photosynthesis any kwan in yan faso yo modwane enti no all the components no ho unya green leaves unya sunlight unya chloroplast le sa no mana ha ne keke no mabom itu test for leaves na otimi sampai bia dwane beba na say dwane mba nti de bewo assume no de ebewu said the okay say yeah companoche yeah per capita ma kuma say na santama say enyan odua miensa odua ba ko kumewu kumadua no na odua ba kun so wo yeah kwama na ye friend kuma say na odua ba kun so wo kuma setia enti de wo kumewu no anye yi enti intima per capita na nko na kuma setia nso kumadua no so eso yenso na enti manya kese titia da de wo kwama no and no let me and to the Kumasi. There's the living Kuma tree, no. Sa the TNT in Kuma by year standard that dawa. Just say, oh, per se, oh, ye, they are just say, oh, subject to a year in Kuma. Now, I said, you know, Kuma, yes, be a no, ye, infallible. You guys are infallible, be a not be a the bonny be a in home. Now, the Akorako school, yes, piano arithmetic, no. Subtraction, addition, and division, multiplication. What it to my idea naka, sana, etakano. Enti se Nkrumah se Bonia or D, no. What it to Papa Nima, now to Papa Nima, Nasi, the normal and swat. My x a positive x axis, and I say Beko negative x axis, and I say integers are Beko negative numbers, and I say Beko at least near bit two. For 0 2 is a positive number. And Newton and Kuma and Kopo Mukra Sebi, ni enemies and friends, competitive from Amsterdam in their hearts. No. Now this Nkuma a champion at the end of the day. No. Enti Nkuma de Obaya no vision. Na say you must stand for something or you fall for anything. Into Kwame Kuma buy and home say the likes of the richest self-millionaire American independent say Bisa or Muka na jam kocha ticket and paragraph munano. You didn't buy it, but Obaya knows any vision in it. You just vision in the night to say a boy bra. It will turn as 2 years or a year and a half on one quarter of the next or the condition. It's an in the party. Year back on the so Obanas on the papa smiling vision near pa, Obit Martin, only vision you don't talk to the in your end say, the ones who are the same vision now. wabenya wo eye akontrol no so obes edin no best and keke fundamentals in the sa pepepe utum say to do what we know akontrol no me be na there be Bombardier reading is the same thing because Bombardier has become what a student and a professor of akontrol empire no sana na kuma tie enti the forces and kuma face no na omo ye papa omo ye very formidable enye we ene de mu de ni bio we ni de omo tam de to bomb the fire they and to bomb me boa yen to bomb pa buti me hello
Obadi eto nka ko so why
do me that way enti enkuma before kwana eto de bia de kase obi 19 de bia enkuma koye prime minister 1950 ni eto bomb ekwa ma no dada na ye 1963-65 de no ba ko esi wo Independence Square no eye Madam Elizabeth yina asantoa na se ko na owo nse bomb na edidi mu otimi nyimi cheye ama enkuma bomb na to ye
na Bombardier ye enye de to nkroma na yepesi ehu yepesi ehu strate you say yeni hold day enti no
me ma preamble
preamble na say de bia nkroma fo no mo amje nkroma di no mo de ma ye de bia
o say poncha hwa and ye say ye o say oka and ye no na ha ehia me na me de masem na de so no man ka pra na ye enti kuma so nya say no me nkofo nso aba obeka ya etina de bia e ba wo ye scientific wo ma introduction to teacher review no me nipa no hu je no bi obe no na wa ba adenti na CPP ene nipa CPP no omutimi nye se de omuso ye no sebi ayi Samuel Wusu le to nyom o si akoko ye ntwiwa set up we so no masameboa nso wa ana wo mana sabedwem enti adenti na akoko tapro onu masa wotimi sabedwem akoko na bubu ni taban waso le bunte na wasa. What am I trying to say? Tama 1960 February 22nd or 28th whatever you two nkrumano almost nkruma nya de no and naturally for Libericans for by the likes of J and Kamuba no mutu nkruma omuba no the first one say they banned the CPP ejije confiscate omu properties na and how will you operate and the course wa kosi say buzi abaye obefedaye ebubu antaba no chambers by obubu ntaba no omunyanso no mu pe CP kakra wo nkoma no munye sua the good quality of nkoma to a chambers no or sympathize we yin no and no be what to say and no more yin na nkoma template na ti uyi nkoma fu a champon from 19 can say 72 to 78 no obi no to a champon and no more irrigation works ne that's my estate no me be it's just like nkoma and you call 78 Frederick Akufo to a chamber for and Kofankomo buy 79 JJ buy and send a to buy no and I'm saying you be election and almost the BCP within the it a constitution can say ya ban it you to over call election I want you for CPP near it was almost CPP no and I'm calling PMP and I'm kofa Dr. Hila Babini Hila the Manidian Casano Hila Babini and the Limani Denzo question at Russia and this on our data so Nidian Casa Hila Babini and the PMP. 18 said, look at the literature review. No, Obiquan data when the edit the PMP by PMP and one CPP, but Yabani CPP. No, 1979, 88 election of Cotono, and now. The Tousu, I can say popular for party no only or first round no Lima beat the Cascade, but second one I won't penna Lima winning ye. Lima was to say Kofankoya or by Centenani, I can say Batija Anna JJ was Sama Akoko Tafra so I day. Tafra Bubu Akoko Bubu Tafra and Tabano. Najin so Akoko so Namaya no Akono no so Bubu Akono. And the whole from 1981 BC 93 there's no CVP, there's no PMP, there's nobody a JJ Nkwa. It's your core constitutional fourth republic says back to civilian rule no. And after the Obian and CPP you say this is your JMU. Wow you wow pay UGC no with mapa. Wow pay UPD with mapa. And now UP policy the BCC the yenso percent dan ho kakra. Because UP no one can convoke as a terrorism, you know, history, but into the not because to the Northern People's Party. Can we say Northern People's Party take the order that Papa Anano Omode, one of the polytechnics, I say, University of Development, Tunidino. Onuna, was almost a Dankwa, Buzia, Dombo, Namikan Wasem. And almost a register party, they, Jarocha. Oko ite bosi de bi ye no de na beka se etetibia na mo di new no na kan ye new and omo ye na ye new patriotic party and new patriotic party na the same as UP is the same as PP is the same as Popular Front Party. This is what history is all about, and if you know your history you know what you're coming from. It from 92 eba no even though it's a CP before now omo party omo no more so be ejuma akade no omo ni and eba no so ensa say almost CP for so ebi to join PNDC and the disco wa can say almost metabopause NDC meeting no CP for no ebi so dey the one no NDC and ebi so akoka ebi so say omo teacher mu abe PPP Dr. Indum Diano it is all share and now the list of electoral registered parties of Ghana no also almost 98% na ye pro incommise 2% na ye UP mu tradition ni PP ni mama kan say bia Liberal Party or one na ayale gamo party but we share ni mu a GCPP CPP dan lati for party CPP PPP CPP and you CPP na gasa no it go for pen come ntene no say no because for the past 29 years no any thing people go na rule ntino omatumi hold say the biana abeka no it has become like an entrenched a clause in the constitution. Sana MP say Oma closing all the loopholes. The ultimate room. No moment say you bet me my CPP needs other opportunity. I did say yes, yeah, ni pananism because I said yeah, only pay you about 5 million to my NDC, 5 million to my NDC. Now, NDC for any people who headquarters are or more card bearers. Almost do means only do 1 million. 84 million I can earn from free. And what the CPP has to do is say they can start they can what do you call it? Wait on the presidential and maybe focus say or maybe parliament Now most say or more bidding because up to now as some that's all court. Almost the Abana Coco say a normal abandoned free people no or some of the mom but Aban so or end is funny a car by why end is in NPP say end is so NPP never 29 years since 92 no CPP Coco 29 years end is about CPP normal mom say normal baby wa end is what NPP so ban so na CPP akwa or enter by here that here man be here formidable you because in commercial some never so and to sanko for me no we bought a CPP I asked no we so go the blue and CPP no or two troubles one god say CPP pa be ye pa de e this year the panaka se there be wallahi no more MPP no and this me san go back to our roots said ye lucky to young I'm going back to my roots
okay
me enko omo go CPP enye sada papa say the CPP and whatever method means they need the resources because almost public share the so register party so to me almost the 275 constituencies in one also to me at least an office na office way say end this MPP because the AW almost no tell you she can MPP a pay go even through the likes of you guys say for time one of the I think say or say hey okaso your whole contract biano your percentage the party and your percentage so ko baby sana end is one so the paper e bi ko jeje ho maybe so party office maybe so ko sai to 29 years no ma say they can register any office biawo to even ye the constituency ko 1000 kwa na MPP and NDC but CPP akwa ye bia baby in zima hon baby ne ba in the one and ka trade no bitmaye e di papa enye se be CPP mpese obawo na emum no kan sa akoko wo bubu tafre entaban and akoko nso so no woni panu sa akoko nso ayako no wono so de ne yira wo wo de bebo abenkwan ama na yire de akoda nyame ase e wa sorry dem
okay
ani kasa itima kasa abegu mu it's a CPP be dia na free the
all right thank you very much e bia bombardie e dia ko wi no we say CPP it is not in the hands of the CPP, it's in the hands of Ghana for Dodona say they will turn away from the MPP and the NDC. Nesadia CPP. Ya mutu. Ya mutu. Ya mutu. Yo, Kabito.
Papa Smiley, moi.
Said Bombadi HH, necessary. Kitiosen Ekasa, Kitiosen or no?
I can't say Nano, it's a small word, say, only a Abayobi and a rubber pen, I kiki. I'm sorry, and a common issue. A kiki chat, and kiki minute.
Oh, I see. Oh, Missy Minimum. Oh, I see. Thank you very much. I'm going to show to
18. Hey, let kid yours say, what is we are brand here? We'll brought for the A1.
Professor Murray. Everybody spoke with excellence. And I thank God for my own father. That's why he brought me up. Also, no matter what happens, don't hate anyone. Even if you know your enemies, be friends with your enemies. And Mrs. Thatcher also said the same thing in a different format, that it is better for you to be in the same tent with your enemies or your opponents, rather than they be in the next room and you are in a different room. You don't know what they are doing. They are all doing the same thing. So we hate no person. And honest to God, everybody who has spoken very well, especially those who spoke against Kwame Nkrumah. My greatest regret in life as a Ghanaian is that we in Ghana have not got proper or adequate historical records for our own selves. Rather, I studied in schools studying on the British system as they gave it to us in Ghana. English system, I don't know the current crop. I'm saying that we studied, they taught us about the slave trade, they taught us about the World War, First War, World War, Second World War. So, women saying, and of course, as a Christian or a religious person, also a Holy Bible, so no stories in him. So that's why we believe that knowledge is power. That is good enough. But Professor Edu Buahine, one of the key members of NPP, Wanyadi, when he historical books, no church, Wanyadi, he didn't do it well. It's unfinished business, no here. Because the children of Ghana, I also educate them. What records do they really have about Ghana? Meka Ghana, Meka Nkrumah down kwa Buzia Dombo tradition na. They were fighting. Osaya Bafwa Kutu was a warlord. Oh, you did Kwananka the Ubo was Central and West Region. He was a deadly man. Or MPP side. See people also uncle for. No, sir, Bafwa Kutu, Sani Efrano, Sanim, Bafwa Kutu. Oh, he was a powerful officer force in the MPP. That's fine. The example I'm there. All these stories, young children baby out. The children baby out. So now in the end, what's happened? We haven't got a full story, the historical record for Ghana. We don't. It's just a part in the union. Now, we know the British and the French Revolution and Russian Revolution. You're saying now, except Ghana's true story, we don't know. And the reason I'm saying that the people would have appreciated Kwame Nkrumah. Yeah, because blaspheme. No, me a blasphemous at all. I am saying the Kwame Nkrumah story. No, what did Jesus Christ in the story? Obia onzu onim no. Because yes, you're also saying the truth. What's the Jesus in the story? Papa is a poor man. Jesus was a poor man. Now, before Jesus, sin and penny for prophets are kasi ewo. Other than Jesus Christ, Nkwana Sebi, often say, you did. There were Abraham and painful akasi. So, Kwame Nkrumah the same before Kwame Nkrumah. They were proper bigger politicians, from Mensa Saba to Fanti Confederacy to Power Grant to JB Dankwa. Of course, yes. They were other in the Congo quality. I don't know independence, independence. Why did we have his name on top of the independence? Because JB Dankwa didn't want to get involved. Busia didn't want to get involved because the guy was beating them at all the general elections. JB Dankwa Nukrum Kra, Achim one Amakwata, Ufuriato and Amakwata, people who don't know. Amakwata with the same cousins of Ufuriata. Two were MPP, was MPP and CPP. Amakwata was CPP before. They beat JB Dankwa in his own village. Who was a flag bearer? They flag bearer will lose election on the village. That was JB Dankwa. So the woman now, thank God, Abrafu, they were the referees of all the elections in the Gold Coast. Abrafu, they were the referees. Abrafu Lankasa, they didn't even like Kwame Nkrumah because when the Kwame Nkrumah came, he said independence now. People who would even study Ghana history, yeah, I am Bobo. Obi also English, is English. You see, the bond of 1844. And anybody who understood it. Unless you've got a watching teacher, I blame the teacher. Ignorance is blissful.
Kabito, what good would this history I will share with us do for the current
people don't understand.
History, yeah, only a kind. Yeah, but see what good. Oh, let's say history. Okay, sir. What good will it be for the CPP, current crop of CPP? That is what we want to find out.
Yeah, the good news will be, okay, let me tell you now. Let me cut it short and tell you. The Nkrumah is partisan. Yeah, we are talking. Okay. We are talking. We are working. In fact, the PNC, the GCPP, Progressive People's Party, the CPP itself, just go back to about just 4 years. 4 years ago, or 3 years ago, they have been talking to merge, to come back together. They have been talking. Now, here, it's a very tough job to do when you are merging. No disagreements in meeting. People I mean, say if you know the name of Mike Igana, or he's still alive. Oh, one committee, Ghana minister, the Akamak, not as a kid. Your committee, I play meeting, see before back. And the see before by PNC phone back, which I say, and it's a tough business. Just like how Kwame Nkrumah convinced all the African leaders, to come to Accra in 1965 for OAU, it's not a small joke. French fool. Come bring Africa together. That's why they didn't want Addis Ababa. That's why I'm getting at. Okay. So yes, we all talk together that we want to make. I can assure you that the year 2022, all the Kwame Nkrumah, we will get together.
Okay. All right then.
They are joking because they don't know. They are not part of it. We are talking. We are going to get together with a remnant of CPP. Yeah, most of our members, they are inside the NDC. That's why the war is. We're going to extract them back home. On whatnot, Spilgabra and all the rest of it. CPP.
All right. Kabito. And yeah, why? Oh, question. Kabito. All right. Musana.
Mr. Kitson.
Yes, sir.
Métier, Kofi Chumaran, métier in some kind of But I have one. I'm worried. I have 1 or 2 questions for you. I want you, whether you agree with me or not. I think Kwame Nkrumah, the name Kwame Nkrumah was and still was an ideology. Do you agree with me or not?
No, sir. I was trying to say it, and Papa's Mary stopped me. If you don't mind me saying that, when Nkrumah came to Gold Coast, he went to Gold Coast in 47 after studying in the US and through UK or by Gokusu. And some back open or kind or catch there in Penifono. Say, the bond of 1844, which was signed on the 6th of March, 1844.
Yes.
Made it clear, simple English. Yes, sir, English. Say, 100 years time, Fanti Fanti Confederacy. Only a British government woman signed bond term, but 100 years go back to UK, go back to London. Obi atiasia. Nti kwa mkoma the only political science student too. JB da government we are lawyers into woman politics, woman tiasia. So, Nkrumah when he went there, he was working with the Stokely Carmichael, Dr. Martin Luther King. He learned a lot from them, including Marcus Garvey's ideas.
You are making it too long.
All right,
Kabitu,
you are making it too long. Me, I don't believe said the Oka said CPP before we come together. I disagree sharply with you. The CPP party, the Kwame Nkrumah CPP, it collapsed on the 5th of April 1961 with the Dawn broadcast. When Nkrumah said all the ministers have one man, one car. Probably say they were building, they were capitalists.
You're right. You're right.
And then fast forward 5 years later, the coup took place. And Nkrumah was struggling within his own party. He had a bunch of criminals around him. Senior ministers of the so-called CPP were criminals. I know that.
It is true.
Even Liman, Kwaba is 79. Kwaba this day, Swakwaji loan, Abraham Liman, South Africa, Giovanni, South African Italian. Wakwaji Scano, was he one and a down for the Giovanni? No, this kind 1 million I said, Okutu. They were still thieves even in 1979. So the CPP and Nkrumah was alone in Guinea until he died with Ambrose Yankee, Boy Moses. The senior ministers were criminals. Kodobo Tio, one probably said they were all not CPP. They were criminals. And Nkrumah set up the Ideological Institute, Sankofi, Peking Baya, and there would have been a shake-up. Naka Ideological Institute students, so they were coming to take up. So what do them say? They were together. Have they changed the attitude? The attitude of the senior members of the CPP. And Nkrumah is only a dying cry. And look at everybody who claims to be a CPP. One more 10, 20 houses. That is, it doesn't make goes to court when you're happy. He's not happy.
Absolutely.
Agreement with anybody who claims that they are brought together. The people have not changed their attitude. They are just using the name to continue their stealing. So this is my but I hate all those people using the name Nkrumah in school. But they are all thieves. They are all thieves. Tell me I'm wrong. They are thieves.
All right, Kabito. Yenefo anotwe. Why na enema pon no so pepe. Why
Professor Mali, if can you give me an audio of today's deliberations now later on?
You can certainly have it on YouTube. Internet, no problem. Why? It's always
that the last point I was trying to give is that when Kwame Nkrumah came back to Gokusunu, he insisted on independence, self-government now, because sometimes British government, they had exceeded their visa by 3 years. I think in 1944. 1944. Now, because British will fee Ghana 6 March. The Nkrumah came 1947.
The Second World War was in the way. The whole world was at war. You know that.
But I know.
Britain could not go through any independence program in 1944. The 100 years, no. The world war was taking the whole world center stage.
Oh, Kwame Nkrumah insisted that no way, they must go now, independence now, self-government now. No, we didn't attempt. After all, you are a poor boy, get off. Now he got off to go and form his CPP. That's why when the train in the bottom, also to way ago. Hinana, how many of you are poor? Obiaman Sasso. JB Dankwan, they are rich man. Or say, come, we are poor man. Of course, he was a poor man, veranda boy. Or the firm, it's true. Vanda Bueno, ono, na Kwame Nkrumah, or the popular, the whole nation. Vanda Bueno, terminated, you know, na here for no, na they supported him for CPP to succeed. And that is why we are saying that when he was even in prison, he won from the prison. Not that he was Christ.
Kabito, you better was it. Why? Yeah, Brennan, yeah, my dear, see, I remember a Jacobi, Emra, on fan meeting nine. Right after that, and I call Abbey, so, and we'll be at a crash also near Quadano. A Jacobi, Bamasu.
Hello, Mechiao, and yet you for you know,
Biajo, so we're a Finchiano, Bamaso.
I think I see.
Good one, young Quay. Why?
According to Gopher Bain, Sagana for you know.
Oh, me assure so minimum, minimum, so me assure so minimum.
Good. Owner may young tradition Kakra. Or Ghana, 1956. No, a Labour MP for 10 years into losing in the Nkrumah Far, no. A call Ghana 1956. Into a quiet Nkrumah political advisor. And you know, after that, Romania Attorney General and Justice Minister. The book on which they say CPP a GUI and sign the coup d'etat number. In that they say, Bedema, Akonje, and I tell you Adam a few. Woman Yina as a reggae in Nkrumah. In that they say, then Nkrumah, why a party is the four party. As what the prison, Bedema, at the year campaign, you know. Waba can be beer won't ye. So, what can be beer won't ye? And secondly, the factories, you know, a German and that be about what can. Factory, you know, according to Godfrey Bain, was so basically we are not part of the nego, not part of no. I see a Gukura 80 million you may be able. He doesn't say, Godfrey Bain saw that advice and say, won't train Nipa. I'm betting me I mind those parties. So, what about qualify? I'm what me I mind those parties. Well, we are. The thing is, they say, we'll see parties, you know, factories, you know. Now, what they are creating employment. Now, person who say, so be a Juma, name for so ma, a better when you get your Juma worker. Huh? Germans and that be a factories a good. What we need the factories to go here. Huh? Because God forbid to a country and say knowledge in the know-how in the country was highly limited. Into one train crop for we see factories no what the best ones are. I'm a factories no it me aye adwuma where we are. And we'll see fashion for the simple reason say we will create a Juma. Now create a Juma now for so man. Over then what you are what Seneca. You don't have a ton parties, you know, factories, you know. Because factories no kukura we answer will be free here. Because any panel only qualified personnel to handle those factories. So I say, what do I buy any dear call? The young what lies ahead. So I say, what we lay solid foundation the Magana, Kagani, Kagana, or year near you can know this level. No solid foundation. He was only after party loyalty. Maybe for FASIPA, one in bookkeeping, or a Northern regional accountant. A what bra was supporting him. Now, for any party of Kojuma, just as you are a huh?
All right. Jacobi. YNFC and then near Pontem, Yamadies.
Then Kruman, so Tia Futua and Kaganya, in fact, is a KP Jumo. Here, Akosombo, Dam, no, and Tama, motorway, Woodmore, Akosombo Dam, case engineers, consortiums from Japan and Italy. Under the leadership, under the supervision of Western experts. What's our because more plan here, and Tamamoto Motor Angels, Portuguese company, once under that company's leadership, ɛna otumi yɛ na yɛ successful. So beginning and Nkrumah yɛ wankɔ for open the bɛyɛ ka ne nyinaa gu.
Okay.
Na ne deɛ ne yɛ show kɛkɛ.
Yo.
Fact is ne bie do foundation.
Yate. Aja Kobi. Yebedo ase. Why? Yebedo ase.
Bye.
That is another side of Nkrumah. Yema ora Abi Emre. Owia kakran na ye sori so ano no. Abi Bamaso. Bamaso Abi.
Yeah, I drink this here.
Beauty. And ye young why?
So what's your topic today? I just came in late today.
Okay, all right. Now
I only heard this man, the last man. I'll respond to him, but you say something.
What we started off discussing was Caputo. He sent me a message behind the scene talking about some of the attacks Nkrumah went under during his time. So me busa say Nkrumah at some point in time, and he was able to outwit all the very ones who may be throwing stones at him. Now, the current crop of Nkrumah is and as a strategy be normal far, they are going to use to come out of the woods, or they will be able to use to come up front in whatever they are doing. Honey shame common as if free and if you don't know. You call when you say maybe someone or can say a fool complains about his torn pocket, but the wise will use it to scratch his balls. You say, and no know what I say. When in the yard, I say, Oneno and Yadrin. And that has been the conversation in a day. Maybe we might not be able to even address the topic on the table. That question will be soon by say. What are our responsibilities towards our leaders? We are not manka and no wasem and Intiabe. I'm a meeting say boy in common.
The last issue is about. It's a very broad topic, and it's a very important issue. It's called followership. Do you understand? The question is about followership. Those of us people who are following leaders, the time for leader-centric following is gone. You understand? So as followers, we have to be very strategic. We have to be very, demanding in whoever we follow. As a leader, it's a big topic. Okay. But my reaction to the last guy who said Nkrumah was building factories, or Nkrumah was building companies without the required expertise or the required personnel, I think he was wrong. You understand? He was wrong. This is what foresight is about. You understand? This is what foresight is about, or this is what development is about. Is he telling us that when they started these technological developments, the people who initiated it started it have the necessary people ready to work in, let's say, the textile industry or the computer industry and so on. They develop it going along, so long as the infrastructure was there, or they created the infrastructure. So Nkrumah did the right thing. And he also initiated, training programs, set up Tenkai schools, Tenkai universities, and so on. He did the right thing. Do you understand? Except that those who came after him, if you profile the people who came after Nkrumah up to today, you tend to question. The people, they don't have any foresight. You understand? They don't have any foresight. Look, foresight is different from vision. People confuse these two. Nkrumah had this, both of these. Do you understand? But the person who put the nail, this is why I agree with Ejamensa. The person who put the nail in all our development thing is this Rawlings and his PNDC, AFS, all those nonsense. Do you understand? That is why sometimes when I look back and I look at Kwesi Botre, I wonder, I mean, what sort of, they undertook ERP, Economic Something Recovery Program, they undertook PAMSCAD and all those things. All these things didn't even rescue our industries. So they rather destroyed and sold all those industries. Do you understand? Meanwhile, all what we needed at the time was effective management. Because the market for the products of these industries were there. Even if the market for Ghana was not even enough, we had the whole West African region to conquer for market for this product. All what we needed were managers who had foresight, managers who can develop these companies into at least sub-regional companies. We never, rather all what they did were giving jobs to their cronies, to riffraffs, and so on. And this is the consequence. This is the consequence. So to tell us that Nkrumah did the wrong thing, like Kufuor was saying the last time, he didn't. All these things were all nonsense. When he had the opportunity, why didn't he do it? Why didn't he do it? Look, if Nkrumah had his weakness, of course, every human being, has got a weakness. But then, as far as managing Ghana, is concerned, this man put us on the good pedestal. He put the whole country on a good pedestal. We expected people who took over from him, but forget about the military. These Ankara, Free Fire, those people were. I mean, look, they rather destroy the country, and these MPP and these Buzia people. I mean, they were just intellectual for its own sake, like we are experiencing now. Their intellectualism doesn't result in any output for us. It's not benefiting us. It's benefiting themselves only. You understand? So this is what those of us or those people following these people must wake up to. Do you understand? Because the people who are at the helm of affairs right now, they don't care. It is not the interest of the average Ghanaian that they are concerned about. So if you follow them sheepishly, you follow them at your own disadvantage. Because, I mean, nothing these people are doing is working for the country. Corruption, 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 corruption. Look at Akufo-Addo, he's saying the health minister is on leave. I mean, what sort of nonsense is this? Do you understand? Somebody who needs to be dismissed. So they are just buying time. So that they think like, we've been described by them, Mama and the rest, that we are short memory. So with time, people will forget. Do you understand? Right. So my please, those following these people must wake up. They must wake up. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what is the other topic?
The fool complains about the torn pocket, but the wise uses it to scratch his balls.
Baba Subali, when was it yesterday or 3 days ago? We're discussing about, and I agree. Look, one thing that schools or formal schooling has not done, or if some of them do it at all, is not on the level they are supposed to do. Is thinking. They don't teach us thinking. They teach us aspects of thinking, how to collect information, how to analyze information, but they don't teach us about thinking. What you are talking about is, as I was telling you the last time, is you have to apply a thinking type called lateral thinking. If you undertake a vertical thinking, which is based on logic, do you understand? like this guy is saying, oh, my pocket is torn and so on. Obviously, to you it becomes useless. You understand? But if you undertake other types of thinking, like lateral thinking and so on, you know that, well, if your pocket is torn at all, you could use it for something else. You understand? It's like if you stand in a hole and you need to come out and you feel digging the hole wider. You understand? It's solution. It's not. You understand? It's not. That is logical thinking. That is vertical thinking. Lateral thinking will tell you, dig another hole. Do you understand? But most of the time, we apply logical thinking in trying to solve problems. It's not. Do you understand? Lateral thinking encourages creativity. Thinking out of the box.
All right. Yo, Abi, yeah, my dear, who say, oh, feel I was asking we hope, and maybe another time, yeah, no, abantem, or boy and come up. Why? I know our boy and come up. What we say? And the wise will use the torn pocket to scratch his balls. But if he has not bathed in a very long time, the hands will also smell very, very bad. Meaning the only one person maybe he's thinking about said earlier on the environment within which you grow the opportunities to say the nakapito the opportunities that you would find. If the environment is not solid, environment is not well created, you will plant the opportunity, but the opportunities may not grow to see the light of the day. Yo, thank you very much. Now, Yama, Uncle Buddy, Emra, the final word, I don't know. I came meted you know in sorry, so into Uncle Buddy, Yanko.
Yo, Aja, I'm say, Yakika Baby, I make so me final work, I crave income. Mamona Ebunidi say CPPO say other people be on the come Muhabu, Omujina ya, send ye a mamono corner. Say be beers Sunday, Nasa say yana, Ombaba to try Yampiadia, Obi Baba be our chance. Obi Baba be our chance because let me share last 4 years records. Nanato di gufam. Efa amamu no ho a na chese airtime this is so guso ba me dem we hope say time into obetima asesa ba say ya no be na wo beka no mo ato ama no wo be yese no mo ato ama obi ko demonstration na ni pieto kra tote ya ye de no now amamu no so nko ye nti nipa nya scan to ata de pa wo te abrochire ko shop asa wo nko to force te bia beto ade mo no nti ente but say ye guso ni ebeka na nipa ba akutimi di sika we ti sad manu de sad manu de me magic aka na say ebeye din say na do betima aka se wa fire no se si no information manya say guso ye negotiation say won ti ase na or resign by papa no so no crofo ebe ne say no crofo discussion ama what me charge government ye go ni mu ase enti no hweniye anya sa o political career na bisa mo say na political career ni bi wa hinfa bi yes we are papa wadi ne yamam aman a wadi ani mu fine why wadwuma watwa odi usama o party no obia o tinche bi ani say sika na edi ye no enye adimama no edi ye obia na dwi mu da ho nimpa pefe but at least or no so pay the usama party no e pay the usama na na so appointed no enti no ebeye din say adimamanu ye de adimamanu be court na ya ko prosecute adimamanu e wo sa na o ma we enye ono nko ana e koso enye ono nko ana e koso but amamo we no de ehu ne say omo ya de na wo yi wani wo be kakra na ye gu so ya nku a ye be pe ba bi do afa wo boy be a friend teacher Kojo papa say wo hu na
teacher Kojo that's right
good and normal boy yi ne bɔne paa ne sɛ ɔyɛ teacher ni deɛ ha no ɛna ɔyɛ ɛna ɔshow nneɛma challenges a wɔteaching no mu fɛ baabi asisi ɛde ne nam wei a ayifo afrɛ ni gs afrɛ ni a wɔn akɔte ne wɔn ne wampere a yɛbɛsoma kadada japan ne na nkurɔfoɔ akɔrɔ so
yo uncle body ɛnɛ deɛ mebrɛ ne nti mɛma adeɛ si ya why baabi adeɛ si na yɛ ma me why thank you very much sɛ gyama hu sɛ wosome ne baa no no nti no deɛ ɛfɛ si yɛ ma me na mema Kwabena nso mmra meeti mienu pɛpɛɛpɛ Kwabena yɛnkɔ
papa I'm sir ebi ama ho sɛ Mr. Kitiosin asɛ wasi ba bi ana ɔna baabi a wotie as ka kyerɛ na ne sɛ ma ɔmo nsan ne ɔmo yɛ no ɔmo nkɔso ana ɔmo ka Kwame Nkrumah party fo ni nyina mum na party no o de enye baako so ɔmo adwene nya adwuma no ɔmo nte ɔmo ho ase kora na ɔmo nka party ni mum ne o sɛ bi a o pointe on sa sɛ bi a party we na Kwame Nkrumah ya ya bɔ ni din abɔ no ofi mu a enye sɛ bi ɔmo badwene ɔmo interest mo sɛ bi a we ne yɛpɛsɛ yɛ gitumi ne bi ne girls akɔkyeli o ba ɔmo bɛyɛ party na si wa ma the future generation sɛ in the next 2-5 years no papa die kro term tuo ebetu Ghana for no obey relevant e Ghana politics mu dan Kwame Nkrumah yemfa ya no fafa se me do papa e se me ya ade e be ma papa din aka asasi so enye se bia me kana me dor mi wu ko anasa control mechanism omumusa friend say abi control mechanism ni nya adwuma wo CPP no na trickle down enye se bia ba na Kwame Nkrumah me na me shine su me na be pan pabo ho no eno na se papa Kwame Nkrumah de oye se wate adname obey so see factory no papa yo hey Canada Japan we sit down be play gu honom ne ma na omo honom ye 22 pe oni vision o vision pa se nkwada ne ba no man fa adwen papa ameto papa ne ma no so ammo ho ban a omo no ye agimifo Kwame Nkrumah factory no be see ye no o de adwen papa na ye omo mbetina factory no so eso omo to aso etenji no de ko anim si ye ko anim nya ne ye sibika ho ne ye sibika ho ne ye ko anim no omo no ye agimifo omo ntimi anto akwa Kwame Nkrumah ne ma no so ade akwa ame ye no o ya ade papa onim si ye ko anim ne ye benyi na de aprofo asi nyuma ne ade ye sesa manfo mfi Vietnam ne other places ma America me ye adwuma ti gye so ka factory no go ne so ko sesa manfo fi Togo ba say ye factory no go hodo ye nyani pa mo mo nye enti ye fa mo mo na mo me ya de na ka boni be na Kwame ye Kwame boni o ye no ne ne owayi se papa ye to dan bi fi akwa bi ho no ye adwuma UTC manager e okopodua papa na ntina me 74 no because UTC ona na me post ku am konante eni ho biem e dan na to ye no kese iska na UTC sika no e na ode kosi sa dan no instead of e ma na konanim na bi akobi another UTC no ode kosi dan esi baabi Kwame boni awa ne owayi omo mbeto akwa ame ne ma no so no omo ye jimifo no omo nim nyansa jimifo Ghana ko
Kwabena
ometo
yate
CPP for so say CPP we have 1,000 groups the property na ye Ministry of Information dan no ye de ma CPP for omo ne wan ne de be ma no aye na se wan ne mfa ma no
Kwabena
monka na party ni kona
yeah but that's it all right thank you very much yeah semo Oba Patricia Oba Patri Patricia bia ne opese otie keke yo ene ete hono mo why na me eja mensan so 2 minutes eja mensan yenko
Baba Swari
yenko
Kwame Nkrumah oba no na onim de education level I knew was low until or set up training schemes for the personnel factory sisi ni na education adi tama adi friend the demand no buy no demand government composition I'll tell you the man himself was a doctorate ne deputy Dick Johnson was a doctorate or tech in charge of the department I friend Nabila was a doctorate Dr. Nyani was a doctorate I offend then Western region. Let's even go to Western region in Yang, Western region, Minister of Education, Dr. Kwame Okran, Dr. Modibo Okran, Dr. Isaac Chroboa, Dr. Adai Mensah, they were all part of the government. In a factories, you know, all the done, no, state government corporation now, Bonsa factories, they were all qualified people, what train or Jimpa, who we university, You don't go straight to the working market. You go to Jimpa, and then for 3 years, over to your cow, about civil service and public servants. All and all did at the factories, you know. Once you buy no be you engineer. Papa no kasa no. On chat the once you buy over you all the qualified people ready. Not on 12 factories about no crofo. Na yiri bi. Once na yiri cotton so I Shamo MS Dr. Kokuchiyama Kotoy. When you know NDC phone to even private companies kura na on your government kura they invaded the place. Siani factory, Tata Brewery, Uncle Fai, Kwa Motors, Uncle Fai. And I baby any idea, Lawrence Kwashi, ne company. Sa NDC phone free their government, Uncle Gigi na or messing up. Until Papa Casano, a boy of free the dark crack on. Look at that Kwame Nkrumah Nkrumah. He's a liar.
Enyameza, assumption. Fesi awati.
Oh, yeah, liar.
Yati. Thank you very much. Enyameza. Yewe tu asu nyame anu ochina. Why? Yewe tu asu nyame anu.
Ama mo buefu.
Yo, mse aka ofa govi also meet me why? Ajaju.
Well, yeah, me
Yankwe, meet me
I mean, what is important to me, and you say, Ghana at 64 years, you know, it's a problem for me because if you anywhere possible, or my say, and cry chroma a fee, maybe I'm a bomb. So I'm asking the government to get up and work hard because you're a preventable, a fee felt, and you know, airborne diseases. It's sad. No one guys are cathedral in Samaya, no one yama. Are you good for the Obia leader? The whole country. People are suffering. People are sleeping rough. Yeah, people are picking up diarrhea and kitty because of government failure. None of the assemblies is working. And there are bylaws. Someone there and record if you want it will go to them. And it's everywhere. That's a reflection of how filthy the whole country is. Now you've seen the pictures with your eyes. So a bone because that is organized open. And for years, you know, people are generating filth. And that one more really said you also that if you know who can go to them, you timid the fertilizer, you timid the generating energy, power. It's done in most all over the world. One first one, Cathedral, Ghana, and separate if you know you make your power cry electricity for everyone. That is what a leader, a critical thinker does. And yet near my Basabasa Cathedral it's a useless project.
All right. Evajum, Yati, I think your point is well made. And a strong one as well. Mamma Bombardier and so for 2 minutes say. Na Abby as well for 2 minutes. Bombardier. Bombardier. Also for 2 minutes. Why?
Yo, me that sinti. Me say no. The best me can say. CPP. Ebe ye. Also de be CPP properties are. Obi se wo say nkoma. Na Ghana de no je. Na bisa wo. Na NDC na PP no. Omo no de na omo no ma. 92 yekoye registration no. Ede ma send na MPP wo. Ene na no ma send na NDC wo. Enti bakaje so mu no mu se CPP because the heart of the country is still the CPP. Woni panyina kasa akwai se CPP no enya yin ba makaje se APDF yebubu na pre eno ya kokon so yetututu intakana obetumi etuni na enti o se Supreme Court omutumi edi asem so no mutumi edi properties ne ma CPP because MPP in NDC 29 years no more money hwe se 2016 NDC oman si ye ka se oman si omo office almost by $20 million na se se to omo nyepen Jeje oti party no you will create school no name why na sika se na wo no on pigari NPP tama eduba yimba ne sika se no wo eti omotuma yes anoma na jombo dum nyina etena no enti se wo ko jim se CPP for na band ye dia ene na property bia NPP ne ndi se nye bia se o ma ye yi bia no o mu declare ma said by 92 a o se ko hwe no mo mutumenya enti no se papa CPP maka se nipa na wo fe fundamentally o mu ne CPP no because of income factor no the aura is still there. Enti say Supreme Court no 20 you know what can say for property more but or person with a year because we share most of the year across and come practice we see no all the best and no my ye so na ye and come regime no one sounds and come CBP in property no here so we say ye the massive CBP NPP is na property be o we na ye divestment na no o mutimi operate bi enti o person me ya say sa property in from CBP. And you know, say justice delayed is justice denied, yeah. And na you can say yes, so you move to freedom justice, yeah. Nah, I don't think this is justice anyway. Say UBC party be property, say because say or time only pan. And I can say that JJ Moa, almost be equal. Some the other day Yanka and the NDC a property. And then I see a people so almost so a golopi a state, you know. So that's the end of the can say. You know, you cut justice there. I'll say, you know, insane, you know, I'll say equal on equal pedestal. And you say, Obi there be Omopango. No, Obi on the boy, yeah, what me lay foundation, why you cost move down the money at Zanomania. Or no family, Sappat, no, think you didn't property in Amano. Because why you quite some corner and no more, yeah, yes, 1 year, and no one again, that's what you see to put your paying home. In February, and I know I could put the cassette. On the one papa ne papa dia we kohwini enye ne papa ye do kupa do opa je ma ama na obedia de no one property bia so amba on so ne ka se discuss obi o tin papa anye fi ze na discuss amba ne papa eja papa bia discuss it we mu wo kom di concept nkwa no ye keep omo party se keep property not how much more CBP no enam so a between independence na no me be pray you could be as a penye mo MPP na NCD CBP na ni no because of income you know.
Thank you very much. Yeah, Prince the Bombardier. Now, and that Patricia, my friend, view Patricia, oh,
did your love? Can
they assumption there? I don't phone him you. Abe, Abe.
Yeah, Baba Smile.
For 1 minute, why?
Only 1 minute.
Okay, two.
Look, the CPP case is like somebody who has bought a very well-established or a well-branded company or organization, but still cannot manage it. Do you understand? The only political party I have, intentionally, tried to join was a CPP, but I stopped because they were not organized. I mean, the structure of that organization needs to be completely revamped. They have to change the whole thing. You understand? Because the structure alone.
Please apply the control mechanism in that party, please.
Well, I went there. I tried to do something. But as I'm saying, the structure alone, the structure and the attitude of the people, I remember a few occasions, people were mentioning who their fathers were, who their uncles were, and so on. I said, come on, I didn't come here to come and listen to who your father was, who your uncle was. That is not why I'm here. Do you understand? So the CPP, they've got a brand, they only have to manage it properly. And they have to start by reorganization. Do you understand? But I was so disappointed, so I stopped. Because when they go to their meetings, I went in London. Do you understand? I went to London here. And it was true. Most of their leaders were there was one man, Mr. Akrofi, who was very influential in the government. He went to Ghana, they went to kill him. As a result of probably some affiliation with this PNDC, FRC thing. They killed him. They went to his house and killed him. Do you understand? So these were some of the issues, but they need to reorganize. They need to. I wasn't impressed with the structure. So I just left. And there are people who think that because of their historical links or their parental links, there's nothing anybody can tell them. You understand? So you can't function in such organization. Anyway,
all right.
So this is where we are.
Okay, Abi, you better ask. You fancy ya? I'm say we be a we be bring ko beka, but you fancy ya. Na yento aso another time. Why? And deputy ni ho no so pepe I was say yes sorry so.
Because the deputy didn't come, that's why Patricia didn't want to talk.
Hey, I'm for any assumptions. Hey, moya dio. Hey.
Obia woni hanu.
Yo, yate. Ai. Ye fancy ani na obi bia ase. And then you questions. You questions be say miensa. Asema onua ba ko de ba ye no maybe another time na say ochina ye be hwe na yaka ho asem wo say what our responsibilities towards our leaders. Any asembusa onua ba ko e de ba ye maybe ochina na say da foforo ye be ka eno ho asem. Sam radio bibi aye krado na open in term nti oba na wana abunsama fa wonumu no mo a tsabi enche sabi ansa kira na adwena obekọ bunsam dim no bibi ebe kasa e oba bu numu e de akire mo nsa kira ma adwene kama na osura hemamu no ayemudia midi no yensesa no ne papa smile dwumadi ehu chia me nyame adma ya wada ochina ye beba ne abeto ase. Until then family what to say was praise right after that.
Pascali, you have told you my position already in the 144. You are still
let me check here say oh you're setting about opposition now.
You don't know.
You fancy na nyame adma ochina ya to ase why.
Say na me da na me serious. The same got to moon na me say. Ya kwa mi kubi ya ba me ba na me na se kan ya ma konta. Cause we are si mo bi show bibe. Timi ya ju ma den na ma tipe. Aban yi mette so me chiripi. Nsa din ka krevi me mboni mi. Friday wa kubi na ma club. Mi nyamba ya wa kuya na ma choke. One corner, one lana. So oti asia na yama. I brand to my bro, me young commander. But me music, na me them no aba. Na me them no aba. Teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenu vie. Kakete give me the shabby, kakete give me the shabby. Teni pana kamani, teni pana kamenu vie. Kakete give me the shabby, kakete give me the shabby.
Praise the Lord. Hallelujah in the highest. Nyawa and yo nyame, wasin and yo nyame. All by your mercy and your grace, I am grateful. You've turned my life around. Now I'm a shining star.
Last year by this time I'm daddy. Me this car me go to but I'm a planning. I know what I could do more routine I have me. Di ma teme kame kuti bona wabe kame. Boka ma sam de bia minte. Mene oka na se minte. I'm focused. The best I'm my own boss. Ten wanna fit. I be boss and ben I'm at it. They say my songs be a real one crown. And so until be a just having crown. I know go run from me. Today them say they be. Nani na me da say. Mama ta fonga so ti ase. Teni pano kamani. Teni pano kamenu fi. Kakete give me the shabby. Kakete give me the shabby. Teni pano kamani. Teni pano kamenu fi. Kakete give me the shabby.
Praise the Lord, hallelujah in the highest. Wasit in your name. All by your mercy and your grace, I am grateful. You turned my life around. No one like shining star.